And, boy, the thing I like is they work the ball around and then try and get it inside, and rarely do you see a guy just go down there who you've never seen before on the team and fire up a three-pointer. I like that.
Is that what they did?
You didn't watch any of the Atlantis, whatever that thing was?
No,
Battle
somewhere
for
in the
Atlantis?
Bahamas. I saw just enough to get 25 seconds of highlights. There's a basket. Whoop, there's a cutaway of Frank. Hey, there's a basket. Okay, here's your reward.
Louisville.
That's your journalism. Any two baskets. Not the key in a 12-2 Missouri run.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes that's it. Not always. I didn't see much of it.
But that's exciting. The Missouri's in a 2 seed right now in the East.
How would anyone know?
Well, I mean, this
they
is
played
bracketology.
2 weeks. Let's let the season play out.
Is there any East Regional near Thrashers? Because that would be great. You could go cover Mizzou and get some of those hand-cut fries.
A place that's too big to have ketchup. I have to bring my own ketchup. I'm not going there. That's a nose-in-the-air sort of restaurant.
It's not really, because it's like a shore thing.
Well, then provide some ketchup.
My observation of this is 2 things. One, that this guy is just basically telling people, I don't eat normal fries. I go places where I spend $38.95 for an order of fries.
Right.
And 2, the CNN has so much money that they're sending this douche coast to coast to eat French fries.
No one's going coast to coast.
I doubt that he actually went to all these places.
They're just making a phone call. Get us a creative writer to describe the fries at your restaurant. That's all this.
And by the way, Thrashers is not a costly French fries by any stretch.
Yeah,
just because they don't provide, it's a shore kind of dish. I've been there. Great Americans, a lot of guys in jean shorts.
Right.
You'd like not at all
right
fancy.
There on the Jersey Shore.
Well, this is the Maryland shore, but I've been there.
See how to go.
If I go to Maryland, I'm going to have crab cakes. I'm not going to have fries.
Have crab cakes, then go get some
Well,
fries.
now you're telling me what to do.
Just a suggestion.
That doesn't mix.
Hey guys, this is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. We became sponsors of the show because we love this show. We were listeners for years before we started sponsoring. We love coming to the events, playing in the golf tournaments, even though I got demolished in the second round of the match play. But we love sponsoring the Dotem as well, and we'll miss it this year. Hopefully it comes back next year. If you're at one of these events, you might have met us out there and you found out we're a lot like the rest of the audience. We are the audience. You get hurt in an accident, you don't just have to take our word for it. You can take Tim's. If he knows someone that gets hurt, he's going to recommend us. Check us out at longobigs.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hope your imaginary friends are hungry, because IHOP's new menu, inspired by the movie If, is our most imaginative yet. With blue raspberry pancakes, a pizza omelet, unbelievable soda pops, and more. It's time to set your imaginary friends free. Only at IHOP. Kids eat free every day 4 to 10 p.m. And see If in theaters May 17th. One free kids entree per full-priced adult entree. Restrictions apply. This film is not yet rated.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications. Known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. It's officially Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new. From sunshades, soft tops, trail doors, to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars, Pure Performance has you covered. Stop by the Pure Performance showroom at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles or visit pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com.
The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Recovery, it's not just a goal, it's a transformative journey. At Illinois Recovery Center, you'll find an unwavering commitment to provide the support, guidance, and personalized care you or your loved one needs to rediscover a life filled with purpose, strength, and lasting renewal. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
This is wide receiver Luther Burton III. Come support NIL and get a quote from my friend James Carter.
Thanks, Luther. That's right. For every quote you mention, Luther Burton III will make a donation to NIL on your behalf. Getting a quote is easy. Just go online at carltoninsurance.net. Call or text 314-961-4800. If you have drivers under the age of 25, if you're seeing rising rates, give us a call or text us 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. Let's keep the momentum going.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
If you're seriously hurt in an accident, you'll want all the money you deserve. That's called justice. But there wouldn't be lawyers if justice was easy. No, justice is not easy. It's fought for and it's won. At Brown & Crouppen, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222. Because at Brown & Crouppen, justice is our business.
Biggies Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggies is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggies' original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown & Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, and Action Jackson.
707 in St. Louis. You're listening to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen. Welcome, friends, to the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton, Toyota. 7 o'clock hour. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Sullivan Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, Jackson Bennett, Burkett, Chairman Kurt with you on the program. Boy, they were waiting for us today, Doug, in the YouTube
What are they
chat.
waiting for?
Let's see what Jake Reynolds says, because it's always a message of positivity that we'd like people to call into the Collier and Thompson phone lines with. It's 636-9004-TMA. Text in that positivity to the South City Sporting Goods text inbox 314-881-TMA5, or just email it in for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today. Morning, boys. It's a beautiful day to have a great day. Take care of yourselves so you can take care of others.
Now, that made me feel good.
Jake Reynolds.
Who shall we take care of today?
I'll take care of myself by sitting on my left hand for an hour.
Oh, I don't think that's the spirit of the message.
Stranger danger.
The old stranger.
Morning, Jake. Today's the kind of day where everyone should be feeling themselves up, and also Doug. Always feel Doug. Hope you have a swell day, too, sir. See, isn't that great?
Okay.
Callus coitus.
No, it's starting to go sideways.
I was podcasting yesterday's show. I played against Paul Winters in the Fan Page Club Championship this year. To refute the discussion yesterday about him being a handful, he was a good guy and delightful to play with. That's from Jason Smith.
Okay.
The
So he's
Rams-
not a snootful.
The Rams selected the Jason Smith, didn't they?
They did, 2009 out of Baylor, and he had a huge career, didn't he?
Wasn't great.
Cup?
No.
All right, I got
Wasn't
something
great.
different in front of me here.
It was a second overall pick, wasn't he?
Yeah, right? Because
Yeah.
Bradford the year before or a year after?
Jason Smith was 2009.
So Bradford be the year after?
2010, yes.
I remember there was a time there where he wasn't playing even for the Rams.
But that's standard for a
And he
second
was like-
overall
He was
pick.
like the fourth or fifth highest paid player in the league.
Right, but that was awesome.
Well, then they followed it up later with Greg Robinson, who was
Yeah.
even better.
Killed it.
Yeah. Well, run blocking.
I always thought they could have saved millions and just don't do any scouting at all. Just get yourself a good fantasy football magazine or a Draftnik magazine and pick whoever they tell you to pick.
They kind of did that with Tavon Austin, then they just misused the hell out of him.
He was with the Rams from 2009 to 2011. They were comfortable enough to part ways with him in 2012. He went to the Jets. And then the Saints were comfortable enough to pick him up in 2013, but then comfortable enough to send him back to the Jets in 2013.
Everyone's comfortable.
Cardinals used publications. Pretty much admitted it with their first-round pick when they got the guy that said, well, a lot of publications had him number 1, so we were lucky to get him at 7 or wherever they got him. So they're looking at publications to see where they had him.
Well, I don't know. I think that was just a way to justify again why this was such a good pick in their eyes. Because it's true, a lot of the draftniks and the analysts thought this guy might go number 1.
But it just shows they are looking at publications.
Yeah, I guess they're aware.
Where does our lads have him?
I'm not.
God, I hate agreeing with you in any form.
Well,
you said it, I didn't.
I'm sure they look at them. I don't know if that's what they use to make their final decision.
Yeah, but if you got so many scouts, why would you look at a publication?
Just because they're humans and they can't help but look at social media and see what's going on out there.
Mm.
Did you say what a comeback?
I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Cardinals and Braves tomorrow.
Cardinals and Braves tomorrow. Be interesting to see what kind of lineup the Redbirds put out on the pitch. Can we even call it a pitch?
I think you do. I think that's the proper terminology.
All
right.
Doug, you want to know who's towing the slab? To be determined.
I would think it'd be Sonny Gray. They're all rested, right? Why not start over?
Yeah, they had 3 days off, and they're going to 4 days off, and you don't know who you're going to pitch. Let's just go to the top of the order and start over.
To be fair, Atlanta doesn't know who they're going to pitch either. But this is via MLB.com/probable pitchers.
Okay.
Miles Mike was, of course, the last pitcher to start.
Come on in the YouTube chat, talk it over. YouTube.com/TMASTL. 5,170 fine people have subscribed to the page, and you can go in there and you get to talk. Chairman Kurt has a running conversation in there with MD 2020 and John Scores. They're loyal Balloon Party chat folks, as well as, of course, the positivity that Jake Reynolds spreads. It's so on brand for the program. Doug, I'm going to give you a choice. It's called the Sadie Hawkins.
Okay.
On what the lead is. We now know who is going to win the college football playoff.
How do we know that?
Well, a guy who writes for The Athletic did 25 seasons, and he has the data from playing 25 seasons.
Was it video games?
That's correct.
Well, I don't know that I buy that.
Well,
Could we at least have a practice first? Could we practice one time? Or are they even done collecting the squad members? Let's let them practice. Play a game or two before we decide who the champion of the country is. What are my other choices?
You knocked that one out.
We have a well-known leader at Carnoustie /Royal Troon.
DBA.
That he's doing business as Royal Troon, but it really is Carnoustie.
Well,
it's not one of my guys.
I don't know how long we could discuss that. But he played 8 or 9 holes. Some of the guys haven't teed off yet.
I probably.
No, he's in the clubhouse. He's posted his number.
Yeah, some guys are down.
So he's all but won it.
Have initials?
JT.
Jim Thomas, Justin Thomas.
You shipped it.
Is it really?
Yeah. Okay. What are your thoughts on him having a bounce back
Gee,
after he's had so many struggles?
Fabulous. Especially since much of the field hasn't even played yet. I think he's pretty much got it in the bag.
This would be his 3rd major, 2 PGA championships. He was in the mix on Sunday at Belle Reeves 6 years ago. Hard to believe, 6 years ago.
And he was a defending champion there.
I
remember media day, he sank one on the last hole from about, 150 yards out?
That's right. Nice.
I was running a clubhouse before the thing, and he's sitting there talking to his dad. I just went, hey, buddy.
Yeah. He seems like a real normal type guy.
Yeah, he seemed pretty nice.
Yeah. So we've beaten that story to death. What else, Tim?
NHL's 10 worst contracts, and there's a member of the St. Louis Blues on the list, courtesy of The Athletic.
Torrey Krug?
No.
It's not Torrey Krug?
Yeah, I kind of assumed we'd see that. But now he's LTIR season.
Justin Falk?
Nope.
Colton Parayko?
Aye.
Okay. Well,
knock that one out.
Back
Yeah,
for
I guess
the
that one's. I
Blues.
guess that.
Doug's knocking them all out of the
Yeah,
park.
you're
Good
just
for
you're a
Borrego, I
huge show. This is fun.
Okay.
You gonna put this on your resume reel?
Yeah, I hope someone's recording. You ever have that happen in TV? You're trying real hard to get a good show to put on your
I'm sure I
resume
did.
reel, and then no one recorded the show.
Yeah, I'm sure I did.
Yeah, happened to me a few times.
At KOMU, they would swipe the tapes, and I would condemn them. Then I was cleaning out my parents' garage a couple weeks, and I noticed I had a couple of the tapes. So you know what? I am a fraud and embarrassing. The media in this town is soft.
Yeah.
We had that happen when we did our show from Hito. Me, Stoley, and Frank Ladd. 5 of the funnest shows we've ever done, and the board op who actually lived in the closet didn't tape any of the shows. So
The board op lived in the closet back in St. Louis.
Yeah, we had that studio down in Union.
Yeah, it was a
gorgeous
gorgeous
crack
facility.
house across the street, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah, they let them live here. Let them live in the closet with a little hot plate and a cot.
It's a big closet.
They forgot to tape the show.
Hey, Tim, Pale and I looked pretty good at the Glen yesterday. Banged out a couple of ice heads on Lucas and Hunt before our approach shots on 4. That's from the recovering alcoholic in Belleville and Webster Groves. And there's Jackson again, playing at private clubs. It's tiring and unrelatable,
It
candidly.
is tiring. What's an ice head?
Meth whore?
Oh, man.
What's an ice head?
I'm not exactly positive.
I think it's some meth prostitute.
Yeah, that sounds right. Well,
Is that what it
ice,
is?
ice, yeah, would be meth. So someone who really likes meth. I did none of it.
You hooked up with him at the golf course?
He said it's on Lucas and Hunt before the approach on 4, which is
Yeah.
of course a long par 5.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Pretty gettable.
Depends.
Pretty gettable.
It's like 518 yards.
Really? I don't know.
I looked at the yardage.
I mean, yeah, I'm not disputing it. I don't know if I was playing from a different tee, but either way, Jackson was walking out yesterday. Everybody rolling their eyes because there he was again, leaving right after the show.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you're going to shoot a 79, so go out there and do it. And you know what he did? Shot a 79.
That's 79.
I would have thought you could get through a 4 or 5 hour round of golf without taking pleasure in the arms of an ice head.
Shot 79 from Glen Elko?
Yes, sir.
And cart path only? Does a lot of walking.
Boy, howdy. Yeah. Got your steps in. But it's kind of, in a sense, because I like walking when I play, but it can get tiring. But doing cart path only is kind of a nice mix because you have to walk with your bag, but you still get a lot of steps in. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. That's glass half full Jack right there. Optimist Jack.
Woke Jack. Come at me, bro. Is that the name of the podcast?
Deal with it.
Oh, Woke Jack, deal with it.
Right. 'Cause I'm
This
so
is
divided.
now, what Jack?
That was Optimist Jack.
Optimist Jack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you're like, oh, crap, cart path only. The positive side is you get a lot of steps in.
Yeah.
Did you take any money from the recovering alcoholic?
I did not. No, I didn't play for any money.
Yeah, I always feel guilty if somebody invites me to play golf and they pay for it and then they want to play for money and I win. I can't take money from a guy that just paid for my golf.
No, you can't.
Well, you absolutely can.
I would never do
I
that.
can't. I feel
I
bad.
can't either.
Hey, everybody signed up for it. Then what's the point of agreeing to the bet? You know what I mean?
Well, a little competition to play for, and then at the end you back off. If they paid for you, I can't take money from someone who just paid me for me.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of the deal.
But Doug is classically folksy, you know?
I like
I
that.
am.
Classically folksy.
Yeah.
Not sure what
yeah.
that means.
You're like greeting card folksy.
Greeting card folksy.
You know, you're just a little slice of apple pie.
Mm.
I would like to be in the greeting card business where you got to come up with new little funny things every day. Then you
That's what
run
they
out
do
of
at
topics.
Hallmark in Kansas City, right? That's what they do there.
Yeah, they just sit there all day and how about this one? How about a cat? You are perfect.
Nice.
I mean, you got to do that all day.
You seem like a natural.
You're a writer. That's what writers do.
You got to go to journalism school for that?
Probably. Mike Shannon didn't go to journalism school, did he?
I'd be very surprised.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have been real impressed within the
No,
first 10 minutes of being in there.
Mm-mm. No.
Doug is classically hung. That's from Danny Tanner.
Well,
I thought every course gave Iggy free rounds. Why would you have to have someone pay for you? That's from Sex.
Well, country club. That's what I was referring to.
Sex, the action's back on you. You got to call in. Sex will be on the line. 636-9004 TMA, Collier and Thompson phone lines. It's the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. Let's talk Jamie Burkhardt. Let's talk Peter Munganess.
Sure.
Compliments flowing. Jamie, the best. Peter could be president someday. I've decided I'm running his campaign now. I don't know if he's okay with it.
He's not old enough right now.
Yeah, I know, but we're building toward 2036.
All right.
He could be a model.
Wow.
Okay, easy now. Well, what he could do is run a car dealership. That's what he does great.
Well,
Ashra.
Yeah. Oh, they're fabulous people. Once you find the Munganess people,
You never know. It's over.
You say, I got my car guy now. Don't have to worry
that's
about
it.
that
Check
anymore.
that box. stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. It's Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. And then there's a secret number, 314-252-0029. Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour, and the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Design Error is the sponsor of our email of the day. Last night, I mean, it was just perfect. This weather, the forecast over the next 10 days is choice, Doug. I don't know what to do about it. I mean, mid-July, and there is not a high above 85, according to my iPhone. I don't know. Maybe there's some information that I don't have. The iPhone didn't have that storm that came through all day on Tuesday, so maybe this is bad information. But a high of 81 today, a high of 81 tomorrow, a high of 83 on Saturday, and a high of 82 on Sunday.
Gosh.
I mean, look at this. People are going to be moving all over the country to live in St. Louis to enjoy our climate.
Right. Take advantage of the tax breaks.
And that humidity just went from 85 to like 20. Perfect.
Wouldn't you say over the last calendar year, winter included, the number of really nice, pleasant days we've had is probably 70% or more?
I don't know if I'd say 70%. I guess what I would say is the really bad days, cold or hot, in my mind, have been reduced. Because usually it's the cold that's really, really brutal.
Yeah, but it was
I feel like we've had a lot of rain.
It's drastically reduced since last winter.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah, of non-winter days without precipitation, I would say more often than not, they're really nice as opposed to really brutal.
Yeah, this last year they were.
So, Doug, this is the spot. As Florida slowly becomes a lake, goes underwater, and insurance premiums cause people to have their homes foreclosed on in a real estate crash that I know you're piling up cash to take advantage of. People will go, where are we going to move now? And then all of New York and Connecticut, California will relocate to St. Louis and become the best fans in baseball.
I think so.
It's going to be great for the Battlehawks.
Yep, Naples.
If this show can last just another year or two, I may buy up large chunks of the Gold Coast.
Australia?
That'd be what, like South
Australia?
County?
There's a lot of open land in Australia.
F you, San Diego. That's from Chairman Steve in Wildwood. He knows what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't just sit back and rest on your laurels because August is coming and you're going to need Design Air at some point.
No.
Oh,
No.
Come on, Eeyore. Come on, Lena Eeyore. I'm just saying, over the last year, our weather has been better than I can ever remember it being. Of course, there are some horrible days, but there's some horrible days almost everywhere.
That's correct.
And for us, where we're used to getting lots of horrible days, we haven't really had a whole lot to complain about.
Sure, I'm in lockstep with that.
Winter-wise, especially. Last winter was very mild.
I look at this forecast over the next 10 days. I'm like, what in the world? But I love it. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Work with Seth Goldcamp. 4th generation, no upselling. Just integrity. That's it. That's why Doug's a client, Iggy's a client, I'm a client. Why don't you become a client as well? DesignAirService.com, official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. And the sponsor of our email of the day, which you can compete in with Buck Swope, the Coalition, Teddy Caribbean, three-way trade deal, JV Golf Coach, and hashtag Curious for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Stupiracy episode 4 is out, and you can check it out on 105.7 The Point's YouTube channel and see how hot I look, and send me DMs about wanting to get together and I probably won't have sex with you, honestly.
Really?
Reason being, I don't want to violate my marital vows, but I will use my hand on you.
Oh, and that's not a violation?
No,
That's okay?
It's in the vows.
That's been
I thought you
greenlit?
enjoyed a gentleman with strong hands.
Right. So there you go. Yeah, DM.
So you're getting a lot of DMs, and you have to disappoint them.
My family law attorney that I met at Lifestyle Fitness told me to just stand down when asked about the DMs I'm getting about wanting to hook up.
All right. But he greenlit
There's a lifetime
this
thing.
hand play thing.
Either way.
One-stop shop.
It is.
Ooh, he's got a Range Rover now. Let's talk to him.
That's what's going on.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I would love a Range Rover.
My price range is Rover.
Is it?
Yep. Now I'm knocking like Jehovah. Is that right? Is that right?
I don't
Is that
know
right,
what that
Jackson?
means.
Kind of predates you. I mean, you were 2.
Yeah,
1?
that's it.
That's right.
Country grammar.
Yeah. Nelly, friend of the show. Oh, nice. Look.
Play his return song.
Has he ever been on the show?
Powerful voice.
He's on the Buck and McKernan show.
Yeah, it plays on the Skelly.
Oh, does it play on the Skelly?
Mm-hmm.
He started following our Instagram semi-recently.
He did.
Really?
Yeah, I was shocked.
Yep.
What's up, Nelly?
He likes our takes?
Chairman. I think so.
Yeah, I think he likes us as people.
Huh. Oh.
He respects us.
Does he still have that unfinished mansion out there in
like Eureka?
St. Charles County somewhere?
I think
Is it Eureka?
I think maybe it's still for sale, but I don't think he lives there.
He may be one of the biggest rappers who is maybe the most down-to-earth person. You know, he doesn't travel with an entourage of 50 people, and we used to bowl in a league together. He'd come in with a couple of buddies, and he didn't have any bodyguards around. We just bowled, hang out with everybody.
Did you take his measure in 10-pin bowling?
I don't remember.
No.
Nice.
He probably couldn't beat me, but
No, I'm sure he couldn't. Now, what is duck pin bowling?
it's you use a ball about the size of a, God, I don't even know what you can compare it to, an orange. And the pins are really heavy, and they're just straight up and down. They're skinny. And you only get 2 shots to knock down as many pins as you can.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun, but there's a duck pin bowling lane in St. Louis. I forgot the name of it.
I'm only going to release one of the DMs that I've received from many men.
Love to hear
Many
it.
men. Jackson's performance on 101.
Upon me,
You still singing, bro?
blood in my eyes, dog, and I can't see.
Okay.
Which one is it?
Here's what I will release, Iggy. My last appointment, and I just received it, 7:26 a.m., and it's 7:27 in St. Louis, Missouri, although I know most of our listeners are in California. So 5:27 there. My last appointment is in Brentwood at 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m. in the train wreck parking lot for my handy. I'll buy you a bison burger and a bud afterwards.
Wow.
That's
Nice
what's,
offer.
That's what's coming in.
Those bison burgers are good.
Well,
Good
so
for
are
you.
my hand jobs.
Oh. Oh.
Not to make it about me, but you want to hear the last DM I got? This one was a doozy, though. This one I won't give the guy's name.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's go ahead and hear it.
I forgot where he.
I'm not sure we had a choice.
Oh, I don't know. You can say no.
No.
Doug said no.
Yeah,
Doug's out.
let's hear it.
Viva la Strode!
No, this one would be fun, actually. It's, I have a friend who may order a cameo. Her sister is getting married, turns out, to a second or third cousin. Bride, groom, and bride's stepdad are all TMA listeners. Could be fun. So I would get to talk about a bride, a groom, a stepdad, marrying a second cousin. But that would be one for the ages.
They probably wouldn't like you making fun of who they're marrying, though, would they?
But the bride and the groom and the stepdad are all listeners to the show.
I know, but the second cousin thing.
It starts with a G and ends with an ale vulva.
Is this Gail Volva getting married?
No, I don't. I know the guy that sent me the DM, but I don't know the people that are getting married.
Unfinished House and Eureka. Name a better duo. I'll wait. That's from Mr. Licks.
I figured he might have something to say about that.
How can we trust anything written in this definitely not a look at me narcissistic autobiography when Ken straight struggles with providing any details on previous stories? Nellie Bowling, MAC Banquet, etc. That's from glove blogger Tom Traven.
Oh, gosh.
How much more in depth do you want me to go with? I bowled in league with Nelly.
You know how many bowl games there are? I mean, it is amazing how many there are now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I'm not going to go that
Mike
far.
Nightingale canceled. We got to fill the segment.
I mean, it was strike and spare lanes. I believe Thursday night, strike and spare lanes. It's a long time ago. You want me to tell you what I bowled when we bowled against him? We probably bowled against him 4 times a season.
You played well in that house.
My last 300 was a strike and spare.
40, 41.
Still going?
Counting the 2 playoffs.
I'm not going to go that much in depth. You brought up Nelly. I just talked about how down to earth he was.
He counted to 42 on live New York FM radio. Just counted to 42.
Couldn't he have told someone to just go look at the list?
Absolutely. He has 100 producers back there.
All right, Doug, are you ready to find out who is going to win the college football playoff national championship, and also
How do we have that?
how did the Missouri Tigers fare in this guy's 25 seasons that he has simulated?
Okay. All right. I guess I'm ready.
All right, it's in the Athletic.
All
So
right, the winner is Georgia.
no, I'm sorry.
No. Can I have initials, please?
Well, the team he says is the best. Yeah. Oh.
Oakville. Oriontown.
Nice.
Oklahoma.
Nice.
Ohio State.
Oregon.
No. Oh, I didn't know you were participating.
Oh, sorry.
Is it Oregon?
It's correct.
Okay, I got it. That was easy.
That he simulated. You're in the middle of your 12th season, right? So your data's still not. Oregon, 9 of the 25 seasons he played, won the national championship.
Okay. And this is a little video game nerd who's talking?
Boom!
Easy.
Oh!
Easy.
That's what we're led to believe.
Chairman Kurt, aren't you in the midst of a season?
Yeah, we had a big night last night.
Oh, how do you do?
We went to Tuscaloosa and
Did you take measure?
Yeah, we had.
Yes!
Yeah, defense
MIZ,
stepped
baby.
up.
You got to go post on Tiger Board.
MIZ.
Game.
But then we got Boomer Soonered at home.
Oh, no.
Damn it, Kurt.
You were reading your press clippings?
Yeah, I think we were just a little too high from the Alabama win, and just we weren't quite ready.
Was it a tight game?
Yeah, defense played well, but just the offense just didn't take care of the football, and when it mattered most, we just couldn't get it done.
It's tough.
But we bounced back. We went to South Carolina, fell down 21-0 early, but we rallied and squeaked it out, 35-31.
Wow, I wonder if Shane Beamer got fired after that.
It's on the hot
all
seat.
make-believe stuff.
No. This is the new game.
And he's
I'm reading the
playing
simulations here.
Playing a game in his basement.
Are you in your basement?
No, living room.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
even worse.
Yeah.
Why is that worse?
Foyer.
Yeah, in the foyer.
Well, the living room is for more of a formal occasions.
I got a
Well,
big
Dan.
meeting with some high school recruits tonight.
Nice.
Ooh. Yeah, that's the best part. You get to recruit in this game.
And dance with them.
How do you recruit in the game?
Like it's
Yeah,
like,
how do you recruit?
It's like Dance Dance Revolution where you have BAY so you
To
can
dance?
like Ryan Kelly so you can dance with the recruits.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And if you get like
They've covered all the bases in this game. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, there's a part of me that is fighting off getting a PlayStation 5 and getting this game,
And based,
knowing that my wife has disdain for video games.
yeah. And based on how this guy is using his thumbs on the controller, that's supposed to tell us who's going to win the national championship in college
I just gave you the information.
he's
Oregon.
simming them. He's simming seasons. So he's not playing.
Oregon made the college football playoff 22 of 25 seasons.
Okay. It's all meaningless.
And made the Final Four 14 times.
Okay.
So I would recommend going to Circa based on that and unloading the bankroll on Oregon now. Doug, Michigan got 23 bids to the college football playoff, made it to the Final Four 13 times, but they were only able to win the national championship 3 times, whereas Oregon won it 9 times. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's all nonsense. We don't know who's going to get hurt. We don't know how many University of Florida players are going to get arrested this year. We don't know any of those X factors that can affect the season.
Well, the Gators took some shrapnel there.
Remember one year they had like 40 players arrested?
40?
They had just a they had dozens of
I
players
remember. Yeah.
arrested.
I mean, that was that like during Tebow and Aaron Hernandez.
I think maybe it was
our friend Janoris Jenkins.
Oh yeah, the Jackrabbit. Doug, I mean, I think the team that everybody you thought Georgia. Well, you were wrong. Might be nice to apologize to show some class because they only went to the college football playoff 17 times.
Okay.
Final Four 8 times. They did win it 3 times. Ohio State 17 bids, 9 Final Fours, and then 3 national championships for the Buckeyes.
What information is he putting into the computer to play these simulated games?
Nothing. You hit sim.
You put nothing into the computer.
You just hit
and
sim.
it spits it out. And you go, well, we know who's going to win now.
Yeah, it's a front page sports article in The Athletic this morning.
Yeah, it goes. You sim it, and then it gives you the results, and then you hit it again times 25.
Right. It's sick. And then you enter what schools made it into your spreadsheet.
Yeah, and then the New York Times prints it.
Yep, that's exactly right.
And that's
the Gray Lady.
And that's journalism for 2024.
Yeah, that's right. That's why so many kids are majoring in journalism now because of the money.
And they just get to play video games.
That's
Your
right.
hesitation to this is just showing your short-sighted nature.
I agree. This is one you're going to want to have back. Doug, so a number of schools did get national championships. And a number of schools got college football playoff bids, including NC State. They were in there 8 times. Does that make you want to put a little something on the Wolfpack?
None of it makes me want to do anything.
Boise State got a national championship.
Oh, wow, Smurf turf.
How about that? And 4 bids to the college football playoff. Liberty, always kind of been my place. They got 3 bids, and they went to the Final Four 1 time. That's the Flames? Am I right on that?
I don't know who it is.
Nebraska's back. They got in there 3 times. Tennessee got in there 3 times. UAB, a program that was dead, got in there 3 times.
How about Missouri?
Kansas got in there 2 times.
What?
Missouri's opponent in September, Boston College and Doug Flutie got in there 2 times.
Doug Flutie.
What's going on, though, with Brian Kelly? Is he on the hot seat? They only got in 2 times.
He'd be on the hot seat, yeah.
They'll be calling for his head down there today, I'm sure.
North Carolina
Chancellor,
twice.
Do you realize that some guy played a video game and LSU didn't win the national championship? Is Brian Kelly's job still secure? That's the question you would like him to ask.
I'd like to see Cal May ask it. Yeah, I would.
Let's go down to Baton Rouge today.
Washington played for the national championship last year against Michigan. Well, they only made it to the college football playoff 2 times and only got to the Final Four 1 time. On Wisconsin got there twice. BYU got there once, and SMU got there once. As far as the Missouri Tigers, Doug, guess how many times they made it to the college football playoff?
I guess none, or we wouldn't be going through this exercise.
What are you talking about, this exercise?
Yeah, like this is like some little game.
Yeah, it is a game. And I've about had enough of it. I'll say none.
That's correct.
Okay.
I want to take this guy to play all these games.
He simulated them.
So he just
Did he watch them all?
He presses a button and goes and watches TV somewhere, and the computer plays in the background, and he comes 3 hours later and he's got all these results, and it's a front page article in the
It
paper.
happens a lot faster than that. Like seconds after you hit simulate season, they'll simulate the whole season.
I think this is incredibly interesting and might factor into conference realignment. Thanks to the addition of Oregon, the Big Ten secured 15 of the 25 national championships. Many of those seasons came down to Oregon, Michigan.
Stop it! I can't take this. I don't want to take this.
Trimming down.
I can't process it. How many teams are in the Big Ten? It's like 18 teams.
Nice.
It's
From sea to shining sea.
It's just so ridiculous. It's
Todd
so
Reesing says it all sounds very
stupid.
accurate. You're right, Todd.
Yeah.
Writing
No,
articles
it's
has
not.
gotten so lazy.
Clip that off.
I mean, this, and then you see an article, somebody's in an uproar. Whoever's writing it puts one sentence there, and they're in uproar over this, and then they just repost about 15 tweets of people that are in an uproar.
That's right. That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
That's what this journalism has become.
Well, I don't know how many people really consider that journalism.
That right there would be an article in entertainment.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah, but you're still writing, so
You're
you
just
consider
you're
yourself
posting.
a journalist.
You're just posting.
Yeah, but that's what basically writing has become these days.
I don't know.
No work.
Do you see what happened in Season E?
No.
Season E.
Boise State played Utah in the Final Four, and then K-State played Michigan, and Boise State beat Michigan to win the national championship.
Sure, that's going to happen. Absolutely, it's going to happen.
That'd be really fun if that actually happened.
It's not going to happen.
That'd be fun, though.
It happened. Season E.
Kirby Moore.
I might as well go home tonight and fall asleep and dream about what happened, and we'll have the same.
Could you write an article?
Yeah,
we need some clips.
Actually, if you do that and you remember it, write it down and bring it in.
Okay.
Doug, come over tonight. You take one look at this game. You're going to be singing a different tune.
I won't be.
Whistling a different tune, even.
What is Season E? Season 5?
Season of the Witch, Stacey Nelkin.
The Witching Hour. That would be Season 5. Yeah.
So they use letters instead of numbers now.
Makes it seem more important.
I think you're right about that. Maybe you could have used Roman numerals. Really, this one to me is incredible that this happened. Clemson started 0-3, and then Cade Klubnik got injured for the rest of the regular season, and then Christopher Vizda steps in and turns things around. The Tigers go 8-4. They reach the ACC title game thanks to a new four-way tie in the conference standings. And then Klubnik is cleared to play in the game and leads an upset win over Boston College. They finish number 21 in the CFP, but they're the number 4 seed in the bracket.
Enough!
And then they wound up winning the national championship over Iowa State. That is sick.
Oh, the Cyclones.
That all comes out in this game?
Absolutely. Sims the whole season.
Wait a minute, he's out. Let's talk to the doctor. He's in. That all comes up in a video game?
Is this like AI generated? Is that
Sim.
what this is?
They're running a sim.
It's a sim, yeah.
I know, but it's sim.
And
Is
we're
that
covering it.
AI?
I guarantee you Randy Carricker's covering it.
He isn't.
Not necessarily. Like, yes, but not like... I feel like AI now is just like a general term for something people don't like necessarily, like a computer doing something. Like, yes, it's AI, but it's very casual. Like, it's not creating some crazy thing here.
It is creating crazy things. It's making stuff up.
I know, but you could have done this for NCAA 05, 20 years ago.
Okay.
So if it comes out that they cleared him to play, he goes back in and plays, and then finds out he had a concussion, is there a lawsuit? Does that print out too that they sued
Chairman
him?
Curtis, there's litigation?
I haven't come across any lawsuits yet, but I'm just in Season 1.
Season A.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So you're going to go back and watch all the games in Season A that this guy played on his little game?
No, I'm more focused on my season. And
he's fresh off that win in Columbia, South Carolina.
I kind of want to just focus on the offense, Doug. So if you want to come in as a recruiting coordinator, I think it would really help.
That'll be fun.
Busy.
You can meet with some of the players.
As a little bee, I'm so busy.
You could play quarterback with your little leather helmet.
What do you do when you get to Season Z and you're finished with that? You got to go get a new game?
Season AA.
Yeah.
AA, BB, CC.
Watch out. Here comes Suckboy Tony.
Mm-hmm.
This really is just sad.
It is stupid. Why don't we just let AI play out the whole college football season? And we can save all the money driving to Columbia and watching games and spending money at hotels and restaurants. Think of the money we'd save.
No, the game's played on the field.
I thought it was played on this computer.
Well, that's simulated on the computer.
Yes, for our wagering purposes, now we know to bet Oregon.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's like Biff in Back to the Future 2. Sports Almanac.
Can we give these olds a comment box where they can submit their questions instead of interrupting our king and driving our virgin insane?
It's Brian Henshin, Doug. He is...
Figured he would like this.
Now, why do you say that? He's at the Colts camp.
Well, he probably doesn't cover it. He probably plays a game to see how the Colts did and then writes about that.
Yeah, you just gave him an idea. He'll do nothing anymore. He'll just go play simulated games and do an article on it.
Yeah.
Let me see. I got to see what Oregon's odds are now that I know I have to bet them. How much are you going to put on them?
I just have to. I have to shout out Neil Allen Craig Paquette's text. He said, "My daughter has taken up a bowl because her boyfriend won't stop playing video games." I like the idea of taking up a bowl.
Is this game destroying relationships?
Taken up a bowl.
I wonder if other women are turning to other women whose boyfriends or husbands got college football from EA Sports on Monday.
Oh, my God.
That's a story. That might be a good story for KMOV.
Yeah, that's the angle. That's the angle.
Like, how many relationships have led to sapphic play because of this video game?
Right.
Wonder if The Athletic could write about that tomorrow.
And you can find other super popular video game releases and see if there's been spikes in lesbianism, and you can create a trend.
There's no coincidence that yesterday there was a big spike in sex toys on Amazon.
That's right. That's right.
Oregon's plus 800. Georgia plus 335, Ohio State plus 375, Texas plus 770. And now we know we're going to get 8X on our money, Doug. That's awesome for
Are you
us.
concerned if you get too deep into this that your wife might take up a bull?
I am telling you, if I came home with a PS5 and sat down in the basement and played this video game, I'd be at Napoli Friday night.
Would you really?
Not if the game was good.
And it'd
you turn into a
be
hermit.
filler season in my midsection.
Midsection?
Yep. That's where the filler would go,
Oh.
ideally. Yep.
It's designed as a little game. That's what these are. They're little games. They're babysitting devices for parents.
Well, how do you explain Chairman Kurt's win last night in Columbia, South Carolina after being down 21? If I were him, I might have said, you know what, I'm going to go to bed. And he fought, and he beat Shane Beamer 35-31.
Maybe
Bring the
he's
Mayor's Cup
lonely.
home.
Yep.
Maybe he's lonely.
Chairman?
There could be a little truth to that.
I'm not shaming anybody who plays video games. I'm shaming a guy who does an entire article on it.
Mm-hmm. How about a
We're not
radio
even
show
bad.
that
We're
talks
reading
about
it.
it for 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Because we think it's real.
Yeah.
Matty Moss, the Columbia Beaver.
It's the doldrums right now, Doug. What else are we supposed to talk about?
I don't know.
This trade deadline's coming up.
We even know who's pitching for the Cardinals tomorrow.
No.
Caitlin Clark had 19 assists last night.
Sick. New record. CFB 25 simulation algorithm might be a little off. I live played a battler of top 10 teams and won by 60, and then simulated the next week versus Bowling Green and lost by 17. It's from Gary Pinkel's cell phone etiquette. Doug, guys are starting to send in the results of their games.
It's just like talking about your fantasy football team, isn't it?
No, we can
You're
use this
playing a little
information to project and then wager and become profitable.
In fact, it's even worse than talking about your fantasy teams because the fantasy team is talking about things that actually happened.
I actually
and
beat
this is all
South
make
Carolina last night.
This is all make believe.
I don't know why this is so hard for you to understand.
Yeah, Doug, the Mayor's Cup is coming home.
Make believe.
All journalists are writers, but not all writers are journalists. And that's an important distinction, Iggy. That's from Brian Henson. Hugs and kisses.
What category do you fall in?
Brian Henson, calling Collier and Thompson phone line, 636-9004 TMA.
Yeah, if you're just reposting somebody's quotes on X, I think you're just posting. You're not doing anything that's involving journalism.
You're manipulating the audience to feel like there is more outrage just by selectively finding these quotes that are oftentimes incels.
Mm-hmm. But that's not journalism.
Neckbeards.
Not that it's important to define journalism. It's kind of a shady area, right? Gray area.
So it's
You are the definition of journalism.
So it's possible nowadays to
Hardcore.
get a job at a publication without even going to journalism school.
Oh, sure.
You've often said that you probably would have done better if you would have gotten a master's in journalism because
think
this
so.
industry requires so much training.
Maybe I would have understood the business a little bit better with just another couple of classes. That's what I needed.
What does this mean from Licks? And some writers are both journalists and creeps, like Greg Doyle, for example. It's Mr. Licks. Who's Greg Doyle?
Guy had the hard hands at Caitlin Clark, which for whatever reason Mr. Licks won't give up.
Isn't that Henson's boss in Indianapolis?
That's his boss?
Cohort.
Oh.
Contemporary?
They've never met.
Colleague?
You don't think they've met?
No.
Well, Greg Doyle's not,
I don't think Greg Doyle has even gone into the office.
How would you know that?
Yeah, this is a weird one.
Well, most people don't have to anymore. They type their article and send it in. They don't have to go sit at a desk anymore.
Well, not all the time, but I would assume at times you got to go in.
For what?
I don't know, maybe a meeting or something.
Doug, this is incredibly realistic. My defensive end signed an NIL deal with Mark Milton last night. That's from Mr. Big Cream.
Oh.
Yeah, so Mark Milton's in the game.
Well, I'm a big Mark Milton fan.
So there you go.
Now you're...
Yeah, maybe it's starting to turn. The worm has turned.
I don't play video games, and my wife is out of town. You know where I live, ladies. That's from Stephen Wildwood.
In case some lady would like to take up a bull.
That's right. Is he a bull?
I guess he's offering his stud services.
Do you have any other questions about the 25 simulation?
I know.
We don't even need to watch the games anymore. That's right there for us.
I'm looking forward to the gameplay in XFL 25, where you play most games in front of 18 people at a soccer stadium and then come to the North City warehouse and have to turn the brightness up on your TV to see the ball. It's from Al in Dadeville.
Yeah, there's tailgate mode where you have to walk into the stadium without falling flat on your face.
Oh. So has this fella ruined the upcoming college football season for you guys, knowing how it all is going to end?
Well, I'm concerned about Missouri. Illinois fans should be concerned about ILL. But I'm going to wager my bankroll on Oregon winning the national championship with this information.
Yeah. I'm not sure concerned is the right word. You should just say disappointed, because it's clear it's happened.
No, I agree with that.
I saw that Frank Cusimano last night said that the Mizzou quarterback is going to work with Channel 5 now.
What do you mean?
He's going to be an on-air guy?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's going to do work for them. Yeah, Brady Cook is going to... He said he's going to work with them.
Well, how about that? Is he an aspiring? I didn't know if he was aspiring. He's not majoring in this nonsense, is he?
I don't imagine.
He didn't say much more than that.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious in what way he's going to be.
I don't know if he's going to interview players up there.
Like, is he going to come out of the locker room and stand in front of Faroe Field and give a live shot?
Maybe he's just going to be available to do interviews after every game or something.
Yeah, he might have. Well, doesn't he might do like a weekly segment, maybe?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
If I was a coach, I'm not sure I'd want my quarterback doing too much of that.
I think at this time right now, the more you can do, the better. I think being out there at all times, especially before the season, is huge. Get people just kind of remind people like, hey, we were good last year, and this could be a really fun season.
Yeah.
Get involved, especially because Mizzou has had a history of not being that, especially with players.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it.
Well, Larry Thornton, Doug, who worked at KSTK, says Cook signed an NIL deal with KSTK. Oh, wow. To do a 10-minute interview every Sunday. How about that?
It's pretty cool.
I remember the old days you could do it for free.
Sounds like you're not on board.
Well, I mean, everything is paid for now. I mean, you used to be able to get guys use segments, and yeah, I'll do it. Now you got to. Now, what happens if Channel 4 comes over the top, offers more NIL?
Doug, there's so much money in these local TV stations right now.
He's going to leave after one interview. Sorry, Frank. They got me more over here. I got to go.
I guess maybe he would.
Deal signed. He's under contract, sounds like, according to Larry Thornton.
Yeah, well, that makes more sense to me.
Well, he's been wrong before.
One interview a week makes more sense to me than actually being some sort of field reporter where you're going to maybe have a good time with teammates interviewing. That could go bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Something could happen there.
Right. I wouldn't do anything with him live.
No.
If you were doing that.
Well, and if you lose a game and then your quarterback's goofing around with somebody doing interviews, you're going to get criticism of, maybe you ought to pay more attention to football than to TV.
Why do you hate capitalism, Iggy? That's from Doug's Prison Wallet.
What did I say I hated about it?
Doug's Prison Wallet, you're going to have to call in now, 636-900-4TMA, Collier and Thompson phone lines. I met Brady last week. He said he just got his MBA, so he's not in broadcast journalism. He's a cute boy, though. That's from Chody from Como. Boy, wouldn't you rather have a journalism degree than an MBA?
Gosh, yes. You even have to ask.
Just wanted to make sure.
And you'd much rather have a journalism degree than be a quarterback in the NFL.
Thank you.
Right.
I mean, you could get hurt.
Yeah, why play when you can criticize?
They're going to make you run and lift heavy bags.
Yeah, it's hot out there.
Yeah, you got that KSDK money now.
Nothing gets under Pawpaw Digme's skin more than capitalism. You can act like a man! That's from Arbor Day.
Oh.
I just said I go back to the days when you would do things like that. Hey, can we get you on this weekend for a few minutes? Sure. Hey, you want to do a weekly segment? Yeah, it'll be fun. Now you got to pay people to do all this stuff. I'm just saying how things have changed.
You don't have to.
Yeah, things have changed.
No, but I doubt he'd have done it for free.
Is it crossing the line at all for a journalistic enterprise to pay someone for one of the local teams?
No, I don't think so. If they're doing something for you, like if they're providing you, like they're saying yes to an interview.
I understand what Doug's asking. I mean, of course. I mean, there's a service, but yes. I mean, remember, I believe, I could be off on this, you tell me if I'm wrong, that Kurt Warner was paid by KSDK back in the day.
So, yeah.
I don't know. It may have never existed. Perhaps we romanticize journalism from whatever era you would want to pick. But now I look at it, it's all just like it's take Smiths.
But I guess as I think about it more, for years stations have had current players and coaches come in to do coaching shows and pay them.
Sure. Or like if we wanted to get Jeff Passan on, you have to pay a little bit for it.
No, I'm not talking just a paying. I'm talking about the player actually participating in the sport that supposedly you're covering even-handed. But, not really if you're a local station and you want to pay the local coach or local player to come in. That's been done forever.
Yeah.
Now, what would happen if? Would it be fair? They're paying Cook, and say you're still doing your Sunday wrap up, whatever you did there.
Sports Sunday.
You did Sports Sunday. Say you're still doing Sports Sunday.
Sunday.
And you went to Brady Cook and said, Brady, can we get you on for this week? I can't. I'm getting paid by Channel 5. I can't talk to you. So he pretty much knocked out every other station that wants to talk to you because they're paying him to do that.
I suppose that could happen. I've never known that to happen. I mean, when like Kurt Warner was working for the Rams and we had Orlando Pace at Channel 4, they still talked to other people. They still did other interviews. They just came in to do their regular Sunday night thing and got a little extra.
Did you get jealous?
I think
wasn't that jealous, no.
I think one of the first stations to ever do it was us at KFNS back in like 94.
I don't know that you invented that.
95.
You also invented Where Are They Now, right?
What year did the Rams get here?
95.
I think in 95 we were 590 was now in Clayton and it was being run by Bob Birch and Roy Edwards and Roy Anderson, and we signed Jerome Bettis to do the Jerome Bettis Show on 590. I think that was one of the first player shows that were around in St. Louis.
I don't know. I bet the football Cardinals had guys doing that.
I don't think so. Radio shows?
Probably so.
There was a radio show at the football Cardinals. Somebody was talking to me about it just a couple of weeks ago. That's the only reason I'm aware of it.
Really?
Was it
on KMWX?
It was either Otis Anderson? Was that the?
There was the Otis and Theotis show.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. And I think maybe Deerdorf and Hart got together to do a radio show, and that may have led to the restaurant partnership.
So I guess maybe KMWX.
Probably. I mean, this stuff's gone on forever, as long as it's been
I'm going to say
pro
we
sports,
started it.
college sports.
It was kind of like
You can be the pioneer, put that in the book.
It's kind of like a lost ball where someone goes, "Hey, I found something." You say, "What is it?" And they're like, "Well, what are you hitting?" And you say, "Well, what'd you find?"
Yeah. Shot at the Fan Page Club Championship out of nowhere.
You think Mosaic is paid by KMWX or not?
Probably. He's there every single Sunday for like 30 minutes or so. It's a hassle for those guys. They don't have to work all day for everybody who wants them.
And it's probably a very small fraction of what they make, but it gives everybody like a little sweat equity. Like, oh man, I have to get up to this Sunday show. Well, they're paying me, so I have a little bit, and then the station doesn't feel as bad for having a guy come in Sunday because they're paying them. It just gives makes the playing field a little more.
I would think they pay him enough for it to be worth the hassle for him.
Right. Well, and then there's always the benefit of being the president of baseball operations, speaking about the Cardinals on a public airways.
Mm-hmm. Well, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm not sure I've seen that with a college player, though, where a college player is part of the I guess it hasn't been legal until now.
Yeah.
It's been pretty common with coaches and players at the pro level. But in college, that would be a major violation up until a year or two ago.
I wonder if Drinkowitz could even have any say-so in that. Like say, no, I don't want you talking every week. No, I'm getting paid for it, Coach. I'm going to do what I want.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wonder about that. I do wonder about that.
He probably talked to the coach, and he probably said,
I'm sure he did,
go for it.
Yeah, I would think he would probably have to give his blessing on something like that.
But as soon as you start telling players, no, you can't do this to make money, there goes your edge on trying to recruit people and telling them you can make some NIL money here.
I think he probably would say not have anything to say about any other business outside of doing an interview, because now you're representing Mizzou in front of a lot of people.
There are probably certain jobs where they'd say, come on, don't do that.
Right.
Doug, you see this email right here? I want to so you can see right.
Yeah.
You see what's the title of it?
Seb Straka driving data.
That's correct.
Is it from Esteban Yacht?
Nope. A listener has sent me an email with Seb Straka's driving data, and we will have that for you coming up in the IHOP 8 o'clock hour.
All he said was that guy's a bomber. And now we got people doing exhaustive research over whether or not he is the biggest bomber on the tour or not.
I got to go back and find the article I saw yesterday where his coach said that he takes a lot off of his drives to make sure it's in the fairway. He could hit it much further if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Which one of you guys had Sahith Theegala?
I did.
Doug, he's 7 over through 14.
Well, so probably not going to win.
DeChambeau's
6 over through 14. Wow.
What's the weather?
And I believe Rory's like 5 over.
Let's see. McElroy's 5 over. Max Homa's 5 over. Harris English was 5 over. Did somebody have Stewart Sink? I feel like he came up somehow. 5 over. Ryder Cup captain Zach Johnson 5 over. Victor Hovland 4 over. Will Zalatoris 4 over. Ludwig 4 over. Tommy Fleet, a darling this week, 4 over. Oh, wonder what the hell's going on.
I only got 3 guys on the course, and Aaron Wright kind of blew up late. I think he was 2 over. He was 1 under at one point.
20-mile-per-hour winds, it's saying right now.
The Hawk is up. Keegan Bradley, next year's Ryder Cup captain, 1 over. Doug, anybody you want to know about?
Not really, no.
Tyrrell Hatton, chalky play this week.
I usually just put it in a video game and see who wins.
Tony Finau, where he be now, even through 15. Brian Harmon, the happy little hunter, even through 14. Iggy, the guy you think's cute. Minwoo Lee shot even. Even par is 71 for the record. Adam Scott, 1 under. He's done. Maverick McNeely, 2 under. Russell Henley, 2 under. Justin Rose, 2 under. Nikolai Hogard, 2 under. Alex Noren, 2 under. Your leader, Justin Thomas, in the clubhouse after a 68 and a 3 under par round. Is it his time?
I don't know.
No.
Has Scheffler teed off yet?
He has not.
Okay.
Tiger's teeing off here in about 30 minutes, and he is playing with Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele. Colin Morikawa at 8:48, along with Sam Burns and Siwoo shaking that ass. Scotty Scheffler at 9:10.
Isn't that kind of late? I mean, they're teeing off almost middle of the afternoon over there.
But it stays light until, I think, 11 o'clock. So,
They say he's even popular in Europe.
Oh, he is. Okay.
So they can...
Yeah, it's like 3 o'clock there, but it stays light for, as Tim said, 10:30, 11 o'clock.
So does that mean it gets dark at 3 in the afternoon in the winter?
There's a lot of daylight. In the afternoon. Oh, yeah, in the winter. Yeah, in the winter.
It's a give and the take, like Alaska.
Mm-hmm. The yin and the yang.
Nice, I like that.
The push and the pull.
Peanut butter and mayonnaise.
Think about that.
I like that.
All right, we will close out the Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. This is TMA, and it's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Hey everyone, CD Longo from Longo Biggs Injury Law here. We want to make it clear, if you get injured and you hire us, Doug or I will be your attorney. You may speak with our staff, but the majority of the communication will be with us. We get to know our clients, we become friends with our clients, and we feel a responsibility to get the best outcomes. We're happy to say that we consistently get compensation on our cases that is much higher than the national and local average. If you need help, find all of our information at longobiggs.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Rosalita's Cantina is known for having the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From carne con cerveza to shrimp diablo, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita. Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and brunch at the De Pere location on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 3. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or De Pere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
This is the one. Honey, I think you're right. This house has everything we've ever dreamed of. A huge master bedroom, an open kitchen, and a backyard with a fire pit and built-in grill. I can't believe it. Finally, our dream home. It's absolutely perfect for us. We owe our realtor big time.
No, you don't. We're just doing our job. At the Jeff Lotman Group, helping you find your dream home is our top priority. Bringing people and properties together. Call us at 314-406-8911 or visit us online at jefflotman.com.
Hi, this is Eric Conley, founder of Illinois Recovery Center. After getting clean myself, it was my dream to open Illinois Recovery Center to help give quality care to those on the journey of recovery. Every journey begins with a single step, and every step forward is a victory. If you or someone you know is seeking support, our doors are open at Illinois Recovery Center in Swansea, and I invite you to join our community. Call 888-510-3133 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications. Known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. It's officially Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new. From sunshades, soft tops, trail doors to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars, Pure Performance has you covered. Stop by the Pure Performance showroom at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles or visit pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com.
Get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. No insurance? No problem. 100 West Dental has a plan when you don't. For ease and affordability. Feeling nervous? Not anymore. 100 West Dental provides complete comfort during quality care. Over 350 5-star reviews agree. When you want to get your smile into winning shape, get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. Consult virtually with Dr. Pryor or book online at 100westdental.com.
The choiceable order is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have two questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown & Crouppen and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
Hope your imaginary friends are hungry, because IHOP's new menu, inspired by the movie If, is our most imaginative yet. With blue raspberry pancakes, a pizza omelet, unbelievable soda pops, and more. It's time to set your imaginary friends free. Only at IHOP. Kids eat free every day 4 to 10 p.m. And see If in theaters May 17th. One free kids entree per full-priced adult entree. Restrictions apply. This film is not yet rated.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster, so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at TMASTL.com. Tim, Doug, Biggie, Action Jackson.
It's the Brown & Crouppen Morning After. 105.7 HD2.
Accumulated enough to navigate it. Wrong. It's faded. Did you increase the volume on I'm From the Loon, I'm Proud? Did I catch that?
That's right.
Did you
What do you think of that?
Okay.
Bees, Ebonics, Gin and Tonic. It's ironic.
I have to bleep out Street Sweeper.
Doug, does this take you back to 99 or 2000?
It doesn't take me back anywhere. It's the first time I've heard it. No way.
Seriously?
Where would I have heard this?
It's like St. Louis's unofficial anthem.
It is.
I'd say so.
No, I've never heard it.
I'm Wet. That's from the Total Package. It's awesome.
Can you understand the lyrics?
Sure.
All of them.
Yeah, because he says he's effing lesbian twins now. And that's awesome. Although that's kind of surprising
You just
for
said
a variety
answer
of
your
reasons.
third question like AI.
Yeah, he's talking about AI. I mean, he was Nostradamus.
You can understand the lyrics, you're telling me.
Shut town.
He's not speaking
Alabama, L.A.,
Yeah,
New York Yankee.
not speaking Portuguese.
Louisiana.
You can't understand all the lyrics.
He just said blows 30 mil like I'm Hammer.
Yeah.
Maybe a phrase here and there, but not all the lyrics.
Every single lyric.
You
I wrote the
can't-
lyrics.
He's speaking English.
Yeah, we played poker together.
Well, I
and
understand,
I
but
wrote
there's
it
still
while we were
lyrics are hard to understand.
while we were playing. Doug, we totally tribbed this yesterday. That's from Scissor Me Timbers. That's interesting.
And when he says we, who's he talking about?
Scissor Me Timbers, call in 636-900-4TMA, Collier and Thompson phone lines. It's the IHOP 8 o'clock hour. It's TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? My name's Tim McKernan. Unbelievable, isn't that?
That's your name? Well, it's your dad's name, too, so it's really not that shocking.
What are you trying to say?
Well, you said my name's Tim McKernan. That's unbelievable. And to me, that's believable because that was also your dad's name.
Just because my dad got me all my jobs doesn't mean...
You know? I'm just thankful that he owns the parking lots. So
Yeah, he acquired the
we can
parking
all-
lots. That was
we can all
huge. That was a
park here.
huge win.
Surface lot empire.
Douglas Sullivan Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Stroh, Jackson Bennett Burkett, Chairman Kurt with you. Tim, can you take down my banana? That's from Swayze Possible Burner.
Now, what's he offering?
Yeah, what am I getting to take down your banana? Guys, it's crazy that this song is damn near 25 years old now. That's from former fan page moderator
Really
Neil Allen Craig Paquette. Eric in the Central West End is not unhappy with Jackson. He's unhappy with Doug.
Okay.
Doug, it's absolutely impossible that you've never heard country grammar.
I've
Are
never
you
heard
that much of an old Jesus? That's from Eric in the Central
Yeah.
West End. And you played Native American ball with his father.
Now, what station would that have been on? Where would I have heard it?
Kind of everywhere-ish.
I'd be like
I
at
never
Bush,
remember where I was.
Bush Stadium. They would have for sure played it somewhere in the last 24
Well,
years.
maybe 10 seconds on somebody's walk-up song or something?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Well, that's not hearing the whole song.
No. I don't know. It's just it's a Nelly, the St. Louis guy. Big a lot of St. Louis shout-outs in that song. It's one of his biggest songs.
Okay.
Doug, Matthew Kachuk has the Stanley Cup in St. Louis. He was bringing it up to Obie Clark's last night around 11 o'clock. He had it at Jackson's place. Hope that doesn't bother people. Old Orson. Did you go up and get a picture?
Nah, you know.
Did somebody have to tell you what it was?
Well, I only want to take it when I win it. You know, like I don't want to.
Don't even touch it.
I don't want to touch it and get the bad luck.
I tweeted that out on Sunday.
What?
I tweeted out on Sunday that he was bringing it to St. Louis.
So you broke the story?
Well, it was on the Golf Channel for the, whatever the Tahoe celebrity event they have.
American Century Championship?
Yeah, they were talking to him. and he
Marty
said-
Fish, your winner.
Said, yeah, to my day with the Cup next week. I'm bringing it back to St. Louis. And one of the guys in the broadcast said, get ready, St. Louis is coming back. I tweeted that out. I said, for you 5 people that haven't gotten a picture with it yet, it'll be back in St. Louis.
You're very bothered by people getting pictures of the Stanley Cup. It
It looks like Iggy has a lot of fans.
Not really.
Doug, Matt, but there is a restaurant near and dear to many of our hearts on this show. And Doug from NHL.com, Matthew Kachuk reunited with his buddy Lord Stanley in St. Louis on Wednesday. The Florida Panthers forward took the Stanley Cup out to lunch at local Italian eatery Grassi's Ristorante to kick off his day with the trophy in St. Louis.
That's right across from Mark Hanna.
That's right. That's where I get my meatball sandwich. They have great fries there as well. Sometimes I'll get the French dip. I'll be honest with you if you want to know what I get there. I love the place. I haven't had it in a few weeks. And they are loyal TMA listeners in there.
Are they really?
They are.
Carmen and everybody over there.
Cameron.
Cameron, I'm sorry.
But he doesn't mind being called Carmen.
Carmen. I just take a few letters out.
It's like an anagram.
In a video posted to Grassi's Instagram account, Kachuk munched on a sub and a salad while Stanley took a seat next to him on the table. The Panthers forward then posed for pictures with the cup and the restaurant staff behind the counter. How about that, Doug?
That's nice of
You
him.
know, it's really interesting because the last time I was at Grassi's, I saw another hockey great, one of, like, Nelly's a St. Louis hip-hop great. This guy is a St. Louis hockey great. His name's Daddy Padre.
Oh, he was in there, was he?
That's right. That's right.
You get a picture with it?
He gave me a hug.
He probably had quite a crowd around him.
Yeah, it was, you know, people were like, Daddy Padre, there he is.
No.
There he is. E-bug, E-bug.
Yes.
Or he said, get the busboy out of the picture, please.
Oh. Well,
that's pretty cool.
Nice of him to
take the cup to
bring it
Grassi's.
back. Yeah, I wonder if he brought it to Chaminade or anything.
Right up the road there.
We always tend to think everyone is joined at the hip forever with their high school, but
Yeah, but Chaminade, given the context with like Tatum and Brad Beal and David Lee and some other hockey guys too, I could see that him bringing it back there. But I mean, it's summer. Who's there?
where would you bring it if you wanted? If you were a player on the team?
O-Dub.
Don't say O-Dub.
STLCC.
Yeah, you got to take it to your place.
STLCC.
You got a junior membership.
Log.
You go to all the clubs where you belong?
Log. And then I'd sit at half court at Ladue basketball, or more likely the sidelines where the benches were, and just sit there and think back.
No one else in the gymnasium at this time of year?
Yeah, but except the camera.
Yeah, of course, you got to have that.
Right.
Take some selfies.
Right.
All right.
That's a good question, though.
Where would you take the chalice? Might hear it on Balloon Party, I sense. I mean, it's the Doldrums.
It is the Doldrums. That is a fun question. Like, where, if you had to, you can only pick 3 places to take it in St. Louis.
Well, you get, 24 hours with it?
Right. But, like, for the sake of the exercise, you only get to take it 3 places in St. Louis.
Okay. And that's if you win it for some other team, or if you win it for the Blues.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I'd win it for Edmonton, me and Petrangelo.
Oh,
that's true.
Bring it back to
Canada.
Canada.
Play for him.
It was a great moment. God, that was so good.
Isn't he still in Vegas?
Nice.
Depends
See?
who you're asking.
Yeah. Jackson has him with Edmonton.
Yeah,
Just stunned the Balloon Party audience.
I did my own research.
Absolutely. Stopped them in their tracks. God almighty.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I think that might have been the one that they're bothered by most.
That's when they reached the limit?
I mean,
when you were pronouncing some players' names, a few of which are some of the greatest to ever play the game, and had issues.
Learn had the same problem.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to give him Giannis Antetokounmpo's name and see if they can pronounce it.
Doug.
It's a bad example for me. They just butcher it there. But, like, if I could give people some basketball names that they wouldn't pronounce correctly.
True.
But
we have a team in hockey, and some of these guys actually play.
I know, and I think the thing that actually pissed him off the most is that I was, like, without hesitation, would trade said hockey team for a basketball program.
That one hurts.
They'll just have to sit there and deal with it.
That one hits
the
right in
Petro
the-
thing, that was not good.
Yeah.
It didn't play well. Well, I did the best I could. Jamie Rivers didn't like that.
No, he wouldn't care for it.
No, didn't at all, as a matter of fact. Mark Hanna is with Evergreen Wealth Strategies. He's right by Grassi's, which is one of the perks when you go to see him. Jackson, what do you have to say about Mark Hanna? Because I say get a financial advisor. That's what I say, and I say it. Mark Hanna is a wonderful, wonderful gentleman.
Yeah, I would actually, when we're talking about taking the cup, you hit Grassi's and then you just take the cup also to Mark Hanna's office.
Not bad at all.
You say,
Not bad at
Mark,
all.
you're the true Lord Stanley. You're our champion. And he can be a champion for you if you get on the phone with Mark Hanna. That's so good. That's the key, man. You'll feel like a champion once you work with Mark Hanna because it's about the act of saving money. Not necessarily the dollar amount. That'll come with time, but this act of saving money, he preaches that to all of his clients. I'm a client of Mark Hanna, which starts with a 15, 20-minute phone call discussing your needs, ends with educating you on the plan that he's going to help set up for you. And then if you have to change your plan down the road, you can always get in contact with Mark because he loves talking to his clients. He communicates so effectively with his clients. That's why I love working with Mark Hanna because I know I can get on the phone with him, talk it over, and feel better getting off the phone. Then when I got on it, call Mark Hanna today.
314-889-05. What is the number? I'm texting.
0503.
Thank you, Jackson. I'm just texting Bill real quick here.
Yeah.
And you know how it works? He called me last week and said, one of your accounts, I think we could get even better growth if we tweaked it a little bit just like this. You want to do that? And I said, well, you're the expert if you think that's the thing to do. He says, I think that's the thing to do. So then they send you a form and you sign off on it and you go, okay, I agree to this. And then he takes it from there. It's not like he does a lot of work in the background and doesn't run it past you.
He's not meddling. Yeah. No, not meddling. And, I would call that a reposition, just a slight reposition. Mm-hmm. Just like when you have to adjust. It's just a slight reposition. And that's what exactly. It gets on the phone with you. You feel better getting off the phone. Because look at you. Now you're increasing your portfolio.
And doesn't do things with your money that you don't know about.
Right. That's the key is education throughout the whole process. Because I'm not really someone who's very financially literate. I know how much money I have, but outside of that, but when you get on the phone with Mark Hanna, he educates you along the way. So it's not just big words. They're like, all right, I guess I agree. No, he teaches you about it.
Right.
like now I have a much better understanding of saving up for retirement.
And you want to grow that money. You
Amen.
need that
Compound interest season.
You need that passive income.
Right. That's the key, is passive income. Making your money work for you.
Yeah, there's a good chance you'll make more in passive income than you will actually punching the clock for 8 hours.
I'm running out of financial cliches over here.
Okay, well, you did well.
Making your money work for you.
Doug, could you tell me about Brown and Crouppen, our title sponsor?
I sure can. This is where you go when you need some justice. Maybe you've been injured in a personal injury type of case, wasn't your fault, and now you need some compensation because you've been hurt or injured, you've been knocked out of work, you're suffering with an injury now. Brown and Crouppen is there to help you, and they've been here in St. Louis now since 1979, helping hundreds and thousands of people at this point. They've grown to become one of the largest personal injury firms in the entire Midwest. They have over 250 legal professionals now. Based here in St. Louis, they also have an office in Kansas City, though, so if you're there, you check them out there as well. Their number is 314-222-2222. And the way it works is, first you call them, you call that number, 314-222-2222. You call that number, and you talk about your case, and if they say, yeah, you definitely have a case here, they will move forward with it, and they work on a contingency basis. There's no upfront cost to you, so if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. They've had lots of success over the years. They've won more than $1 billion in compensation for their clients. They're just the absolute best. We've gotten to know them well. Ed Herman and Andy Crouppen and Terry Crouppen all have been in our studio, talked with us, great guys, and they would love to represent you if you think you need them. So if you think you need Brown and Crouppen services, here's the number again, 314-222-2222, or you go to brownandcrouppen.com and make sure you let them know you heard about it. Here on TMA, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Past results are no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own accord.
100 West Dental has a deal for our audience, and the deal is the following: $1,000 off Invisalign. $1,000 off.
That's a lot.
At 100 West Dental, 100westdental.com. Just mention my name, $1,000 off an Invisalign package. If you're on the fence about Invisalign, they have a digital scanner that can show you a simulation of what it'll look like before you even go through with it. Dr. Brandon Pryor has been in here a couple times over the last few weeks, and the audience has gotten to know him. I'm sure many in the audience are like, I'd just like to schedule something online real quick. Well, you can. No phone calls needed to get in. Just check the calendar online for availability and book right then and there. It's a very procedure-specific approach to dentistry at 100 West Dental. No insurance for dentistry? No problem. The membership plan aids in the cost of dental work for those who do not have dental insurance. I'm sure there are a number of you out there who haven't gone and seen your dentist in a number of years, might be embarrassed by it, and might be worried to find out what they're going to find. The reality is everything's going to be fine, and you'll have peace of mind once you go in there and work with somebody, especially somebody who is a friend of the program like Dr. Brandon Pryor. 636-585-0100 if you do want to call, 636-585-0100, or simple enough, go to 100westdental.com. It is our IHOP 8 o'clock hour here on TMA. You're welcome to call on the Collier and Thompson phone line, 636-9004-TMA. Text in to the South City Sporting Goods text inbox, 314-881-TMA5. And email in for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. Doug, with regard to the golf shirts that the Pirates got them?
Pirates have them. Last we heard, the Somali Pirates had them in their possession, and we were negotiating with them to try to get them back.
Well, Billy Bixon of South City Sporting Goods, Billy Bixon down with the Pilgrims, has texted me, shirts arriving today from Holderness and Bourne. We got them through the pirate blockade.
Great.
We did it.
Good news.
They've been freed.
He will get them down to the embroiderer as soon as they arrive. He expects them to be done by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. And then Mike, as in Mike Flanagan, will ship them out. And then we saw some of the hats for the 20th anniversary, Doug, which is in 8 days, the orgy at the Barnoff. And I always yield to Jackson's fashion sensibilities here. And Jackson really likes some, what is it that you like with these hats? Because there's some sharp looks.
Absolutely. I like...
Jackson's got the perspective of the young cosmopolitan Ledoux mindset.
Yeah. Central Quarter all the way, baby.
Clip that off.
A real socialite. I really like a snapback. I like a snapback Because when we're like holding inventory, you don't want to have a bunch of different sizes for hats. Like 7 3/4.
Yeah.
That's not what you want to do. Snapback fits everybody. One size fits all. You can adjust to your own damn self.
Mhm.
And I like the look of a snapback.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And from what I've seen of the ball caps,
Don't say ball
Yeah.
caps, Beaver.
Big fan.
Can you call him Beaver?
Mm-hmm. Beaver Cleaver.
Good brims, really solid
Wally,
brims.
where's my ball cap?
Really solid brims.
Doug, here, take a look at some of the models from Billy Bixon, who's down with the Pilgrims. There's the logo.
I
I
see
mean, that
the
is a
logo.
great logo.
It's
The
a
TMA
nice
logo
It is.
is a great logo. I think we have to pay homage to Gangster Pete for that, I think.
Every time we do.
I mean, that really...
He designed that?
He did.
Nice.
I mean, it's an obvious takeoff on Ozark, but still, I mean, with the red, white, and blue, because this is America's show.
It is.
All right, Doug, here you go. There's that.
Nice. The gray just pops.
Yep. That's the one I like, but interestingly enough, it's the one that Jackson liked the least. And that was the white and blue.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is great radio for me to show Doug pictures that nobody else can see, but that's kind of what we do. Todd Reesing is not happy with the ad campaign. He says, legit question. Maybe he's not happy. I want to clarify that. I just automatically kind of assume. Some deals you have to mention TMA to get the deal. Some you have to say Tim's name. Why doesn't it all just say TMA or just say Tim? It's a great question, actually, from Todd Reesing. And I like when the audience comes to us with questions as opposed to assuming things.
Right.
And we'll answer them.
Whoa, try.
You will not take questions.
I don't take a lot of questions, no.
Well, the reason is some advertisers are also on 101 ESPN, and therefore using my name on 101 ESPN and not TMA is the reason, Todd. But that's a great question. Please feel free to send in more. We'll try to give you more direct answers if we can.
Because the people want to know where the buyers are coming from.
That's right.
Where they heard the ad.
So when I bought advertising for Sound Story, the way that we tracked it outside of
Geo-tracking? Geospatial? Something or other?
like we bought advertising in Seattle, Minneapolis, Cincinnati, West Palm, all these Hubbard markets. And so Peter Rep could see not only where the clicks were coming from and the locations where they were coming from, but then also when they would use the 10% off discount, they would usually, probably about 80% of the time, enter in promo code Mitch for Mitch in the Morning in Seattle.
Oh, nice. Where Joe was for so many
That's
years.
correct, while producing our program.
You see that on TV commercials, too, when they use the promo code to get this amount off. And the promo code is different based on where you're seeing that commercial.
That makes total sense. Thank you, sir. That's from Todd Reesing. See, Todd Reesing loves America.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Great.
Yeah, he's a St. Kitty's guy, right?
Oh, I think so.
Beaker, but...
Can you get over that?
Yeah. I got over with Paul Pierce, so I can get over with Todd Reesing.
Yes. What happens when I walk into one of those establishments and I keep saying Tim McKernan or TMA over and over again, but it's a first-day intern who's trying to help and calm me down? Thanks. That's from William Howard Tuft.
It's kind of a Seinfeld bit. He was supposed to, George was supposed to get free eyeglasses if you mentioned Kramer, and so he just goes up to the optometrist and goes, Kramer. He's like, what?
Yeah.
Speaking of great deals, how is Iggy's Temu shopping going? That's from Flip Wilson.
I haven't bought anything on Temu in a while.
Oh. Now, yesterday was the last day of that big Amazon Prime sale.
And sex toy sales went up?
Yeah, I got a few things.
What'd
Sex
you get?
toys?
No, not sex toys.
What'd you get?
I bought some sheets and pillowcases.
Vera Wang?
No. I bought a, Learn turned me onto this. It's a, 'cause I hate, it's really a pain in the ass when I have to, when I clean the bathroom and you scrub your tub and your tile and that. It's like a power washer. You just put in the different nozzles and then you just hold it and it cleans the grout in your tub. You don't have to get down on your hands and knees and scrub the tub.
What's a fat crank?
Oh.
I didn't buy that. It was on sale for like $23, normally $79. And then I bought a mattress.
Oh, you did get the mattress. How are they going to
Oh,
deliver that
here
thing?
we go.
Well, it was, I couldn't beat it. It was normally $990 something, and it was on sale for $323. But it takes 2 weeks to get there. The nozzle and the sheets I'm getting tomorrow, and the mattress in 2 weeks.
Well, it's kind of hard to ship the mattress, probably.
I guess I thought I had in the warehouse, but it's one of. Is everything now hybrid?
What does that mean?
You can't just buy it.
I'll hit a 3 or 4 hybrid oftentimes.
It comes in a box, and then you put it on your bed and unfolds, and then I guess inflates on its own.
Well, it depends on the type of mattress you bought.
I think it's all hybrid. That's what it is, hybrid.
A hybrid mattress.
I think that's what that means, is that it all comes folded, and then you just throw it on your box springs, and it unfolds and inflates.
Oh, that's nice.
So
easier to ship, easier to move.
Yeah.
Probably heavy as a dickens.
Yeah, I think it's like 110 pounds.
Oh, God.
It's going to be bad for the shoulder.
You're going to need help with that.
I'm gonna get on Facebook, and you burly guys want to come over and unfurl a mattress and take my other one out to the dumpster.
You might have to be at the hands of beer cats for that one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I couldn't pass up the deal. I mean, I know people that have mattresses like $5,000. I mean,
yeah, it's a little steep.
I know you spend a third of your time in bed, but I can't.
That's
I don't have that kind of money.
That's
where I'm at.
too steep.
So hopefully it's comfortable.
Well, what if it's not?
Then I got to send it back.
Oh no.
And then I have no mattress to sleep on because the other one will be in the dumpster.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe don't throw it in the dumpster till you're satisfied.
I have nowhere to put it. It's a king-size mattress.
Just lean it against the wall.
No, it's going in the dumpster. I'll help my neighbors, give them something to sleep on.
Your neighbors don't have mattresses? How poor is this place where you're living?
A lot of the neighbors are using dumpster mattresses.
Grown family game night. Can you imagine that?
That's rich cool.
That is pretty much poverty if you don't have a mattress to sleep on, isn't it? I mean, that's pretty poor.
I can't speak for them.
Okay.
I just know I sit on my patio. I used to have a view of the trees and the rabbits. And
sure.
Now I got a view of
nothing there.
3 people carrying a mattress from the dumpster to their apartment.
It seems like there's a lot of mattress activity at this place.
Yeah, there is.
A lot of people coming and going with mattresses?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, to each their own.
Okay. You made any progress or thought more about moving out when the contract expires on this one? When the lease runs out?
Looking around.
Okay.
Yeah, sales staff's all getting back to me. On the 12th day of Christmas, we had Bill's hole.
What a song. I saw this yesterday. You know the girl that sang the national anthem before the home run derby?
Yeah.
Took so much flack. She came out and said she was drunk and apologized, going into rehab.
Yeah.
If you were at the game and someone said, oh my God, the national anthem singer can't perform, can you do this for us real quick? Would you be able to step up and sing the anthem?
Poorly.
Would you be willing to do it?
I'd be willing,
In an emergency, if they came up and said, hey, you've got to, can you do this for us?
I'm a patriot, so when someone would task me with that, I'd do it for not only me, but for my country.
In front of a sold-out stadium?
Sure. Millions watching. That's when I shine the brightest.
You got a good singing voice, have you?
Yeah, he can warble. Didn't you hear him do Many Men?
Yeah. They're like, oh my God, they let the palest person in the stadium do the song.
I don't think that's how they
That's how they choose it. They say, who's the palest?
What's going on in the YouTube chat?
Kurt?
Are you talking about the emojis and whatnot?
Yeah.
I don't know who Freddie Jong is.
Doug, do you know Freddie Jong? Another St. Kitty's guy.
Freddie Jong.
I feel like he made an appearance yesterday with some of this same stuff.
Did he?
If he wrote, if you want to make everyone happy, don't become a leader, sell ice cream, and then a bunch of emojis.
Little monsties.
That's all right, little monsties.
That's weird.
And then he's got, well, never mind.
So he's a bot.
He's got bot tendencies.
Yeah, it does
100%.
Scream bot.
That's
What kind of a bot is telling you to sell ice cream?
He must have heard that audio you played.
Yeah, maybe Big Dairy is up in our YouTube chat.
Get out of here, Freddie.
Oh,
are you getting rid of him?
You can block him.
I don't know. I don't want to go a clicking back here.
Oh yeah, right click on his name and it'll say hide user.
It says if he's a bot?
No, you can just get rid of him. I would have to. There was a time when we first started where a lot of
we did have a. That's right. I forgot
Russian
about that.
influence on our.
But then remember when that hot girl
That's right.
from North Carolina found the show.
Was her name Sheila?
She was gone in 2 hours.
She was gone then in 2 hours, but for 2 hours she joined the TMA fan page.
Oh boy! It's
Probably
a girl.
used it went hey diddle diddle with the Hitachi magic wand, and then she left, never to be heard from again. And some people are like, oh, she must have been scared by the show and the DMs she got from heavy people. But I don't think it's that. I think that she just wanted it to be one night stand with us.
She might have had some PNC.
She probably blocked us, reported us, did everything she can to make sure she never had contact with us again.
Guys,
I love when she teases like that.
Guys, check out Brady Cook's post on LinkedIn. It's pretty badass. It's from Mr. Lakes. Doug, you're always on LinkedIn talking about your career accomplishments.
Yeah. I spend much of my day doing that, going over exactly what my duties were and what I'm looking for.
You're drunk at 2 in the morning and want to be with an African-American quarterback. Here's my number.
God, he could make that happen?
I want to know the context. I need to know the context.
When did he become a black quarterback?
Well, he must know one.
Doug,
Contact.
I don't know what's going on here, but Simply Pebbles has sent in a picture of his wife with another woman. I don't know what brought this on, but Doug, here it is.
Yeah.
It's always Pibbles.
Well, it is two girls. Whether that's one of them is his wife or not, I guess is up for.
Oh, we could look. He
debate.
sends in a lot of pictures of his wife.
He sends in a lot of texts. So you're gonna
Jackson, is this really his?
I'm working my finger. You can see over here to the right, my index finger is working like the dickens. Yeah, that's his wife.
Okay. And what are we supposed to do with that picture?
I don't know.
Are they making out?
No.
They do have their arms around each other.
Yeah, I would say they're entangled.
How do you feel about guys that play a lot of video games?
Well, she's married, but
Not the wife.
oh, him?
Well, him or the wife's friend.
You're open to either.
You hollering?
Holla holla.
Says wifey season with Doug's current coworker. We work with this person? I don't recognize her. I don't know which one his wife is. His wife's blonde, isn't she?
Right.
Who is it?
Does she work at Hubbard?
Maybe she works at KMOV.
I've never seen her in the office, and I'm walk around here quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't work at
From the
KMOV,
hours
so
of
I don't
7
think-
to
Yeah,
10.
sure.
Yeah, that's why. I
KMOV.
don't know what's going on here at the Shrimply Pibbles.
Hey, that Tim for stink.
Oh, come on, Mike.
Well, I have never seen this side of you, Doug.
That was a coworker.
Who was that?
Jasmine Huda.
Oh, she was on Donnybrook last week.
Was she?
I mean, nothing makes my wife dry up more than watching me watch Donnybrook. Holy crap.
My brother loves Donnybrook.
He's like, I mean, what?
You watch anything else on Channel 9?
Yeah, the pledge drive.
Yeah.
You watch the Pledge Drive?
No, I've never even watched Donnybrook.
Seth Goldcamp, big fan of
I know. He asked me to be on it.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah,
That'd be
because he's a
cool.
sponsor of it.
Yeah, right.
And I said, I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, I know that certainly is not a barrier to entry to get into these panelist positions. Not talking about Donnybrook specifically. You just come on and scream and maybe make some money, and then somehow put your head on the pillow. But I said, I don't know. I said there are a couple things I have opinions on, but as far as like, you know, what an alderman's doing, I don't know what's going on.
That thing been on for like 50 years.
It's been on for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Martin, is it
long
Dugan
time.
or Duggan?
Dugan.
He was the original provocateur. Now it's Charlie Brennan, Bill McClellan, Ray Hartman, Alvin Reed, and Wendy Weiss, I believe. That's the usual crew. But Jasmine Huda was on last week.
Okay. Subbing for someone.
Subbing for, I believe, Wendy Weiss. She was in her chair. I'm a big Donnybrook guy.
Are you?
I am. But I'm telling you, it's just not an aphrodisiac.
No.
So if anybody thought it was.
They had a lot of local issue, political type issues.
Local civic commentary doesn't get the people going.
Shrimply Pibble said, nailed it, King. What does that mean?
Thank you.
I asked him if that picture was at Trops.
Doug, is this picture at Trops?
I wouldn't know where.
You can see the little daiquiri machines in the background.
Oh, nice. You like a boat drink?
I do.
used to.
I do like a boat drink.
Silver Bullet.
Is Wendy Weiss going to do a show with Frank?
Yes.
Is that what I read?
Frank's
Fred?
doing a show with her.
Okay.
Frank was in here doing a sound story the other
He's
day.
all over the place.
Yeah. Let's see. So I don't know what this picture is, though, still. So it's at Trops. This is Doug's coworker, but she doesn't work at Hubbard. Doug claims not to work at KMOV, contrary to the Post-Dispatch's reporting.
Years.
I read an article, and therefore it's true, that you were returning to KMOV. And it was going to be because you missed the exposure
I don't miss exposure.
in doing 90-second sportscasts.
Desperate for the spotlight.
It was in the papers. True.
Thank you, Iggy.
It was in the paper 2.5 years ago.
So,
and even that was after I'd been out for 6 months. It's been almost 3 years.
Frank, you always talk about what you miss it.
I don't miss it. You think I miss going down there at 10:30 at night to do 90 seconds of sport? Whoops, well, weather went long. It's going to be 70 seconds.
Right, but at least you didn't have to do much. Like, you didn't have to edit or
I had to
shoot
prepare
it.
like a 3-minute show, but sorry, you're going to get 70 seconds.
You'd have an editor and a producer on it.
Nobody. Nobody.
Frank, would you say this statement is accurate? Doug Vaughn, Big Ego, Small Johnson.
Hey, come on, Frank.
Confirm or deny?
Tim, same for me. Wifey rolls her eyes if I'm ever caught watching Donnybrook. Some stepdad Gary. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a...
So we can't watch Donnybrook. We can't play College Football 25.
Thank you. I'm airing my marital grievances today.
What as men are we allowed to do?
Many men.
I could see them rolling their eyes if you're watching porn or something, but if it's just a talk about...
What if it's Ella Reese?
She's going to roll her eyes.
And she's on a hike.
What if it's Charlie Brennan breaking down some culture, some historic point in the city of St. Louis? You're going to be upset by that?
That's what I'm saying.
I just don't know.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you for your support.
If it's not Love Island, what can we watch? I think you would like Love Island. That's the big show with the people my age. It's like the new Bachelor.
Love Island?
Yeah.
I have to check that
Is it like quiche or is it like people hooking up?
People hooking up.
Oh, okay.
I do like what Charlie Brennan did. I like what Charlie Brennan did where he kind of spearheaded that effort to put historical plaques on certain parts of the city.
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that was him.
More pictures of wives. I don't know which one his wife is. Wifey and another one of Doug's current coworkers. Do you work with this person? Is this person work at Hubbard? Do you have another job?
Yeah, at Channel 4.
That person does?
I believe the one on the right does, if I'm looking
The
at
bride? Is that a bride?
Yeah.
Is that a new report?
Yeah.
So that's Shrimply Pibble's wife in the black?
I don't know if that's his wife or not.
Yeah.
And she goes around turning straight women?
I don't think that's her occupation.
Big spatula.
That's her second picture with Channel 4 people?
Yeah.
Does she work at Channel 4?
She's a big fan.
I don't know.
She loves her some News 4.
I've been out a while.
She like the red set?
Half the building is different than when I was there. Probably more than half the building.
You ever met her? You got a picture with you and her?
No.
She seems to be making the rounds at Channel 4.
But I'm not there, nor
I'm
have
television's
I been.
own Doug Chandler Hill.
There you are right there with the report.
I went there, I guess last year in March, or was it 2 years ago in March?
For March Madness, right?
For just a little bit of a talk show on the Cardinals in the NCAA tournament.
I think that was 2 years ago.
I was on for, a minute and a half maybe. And even then I didn't recognize most of the people in the newsroom.
You went all the way in there for a minute and a half?
Yeah.
I'd say hell with that.
You're too big of a star.
Well, they didn't tell me it was going to be a minute and a half. They said it was going to be a sit down. We're going to talk about the Cardinal season.
Yeah, it was raining.
By the time they got down with all the stuff that had been pre-produced, it was about a minute and a half.
Bad weather day?
No. Just other segments went longer than they anticipated.
So
I'm in the news, sweetheart.
Chuckles knows where it's at.
Bait and switch, get you there, and then give you a minute and a half.
Oh, well. That's how it works.
You get paid for it?
That's how it goes sometimes.
You get paid?
Yes.
Okay. It's good. You get paid. Less the better.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't complaining about it. I understand how it works sometimes. But
very few people can be on local news.
Yeah, very few. Very few would want to be. I'm just saying that's how long ago I was on, and at that point, I still didn't recognize most of the people in the newsroom.
So what did you talk about last Sunday on the show?
I wasn't there last Sunday, nor have I been for like 3 years worth of Sundays.
Yeah. Well, you're missed.
When I go to bed Sunday night about 9 o'clock at night, I think that I used to leave work about midnight on a Sunday night, and I think there's no way I would want to do that. But I did it. I'm much older now.
Family. Yeah, that's what
it's not unique to me. Most people quit when they hit 65.
Right.
Do you ever go back and do Doug Unhinged anymore?
No.
Doug Unplugged. One of my favorite ones was what you were saying is when you wouldn't know the names of all the people who work at the station. You'd be like, hey, Mike. And it's like, well, it's Mark.
Yeah.
And I've worked here for 15 years. Those were always my favorite.
Well, we got some breaking news. Earlier this morning, the St. Louis Blues announced a change in their ownership group. David Stewart's partial ownership stake has been sold to Michael Riney, keeping the team's all-local ownership structure intact. Doug, are you familiar with Michael Riney?
No, but I know Chops Ritter.
Okay.
Mike Rainey?
He's a board hop.
I'm not familiar with
He
the
did
guy.
well
I'm
in a
not
very
familiar
short
with the guy
time.
that sold a steak.
It was a little surprising. Looks like he went to MICDS.
Mike Riney, I don't know that name.
Sports Business Journal. Let's see what I got here. Worldwide Technology Chair David Stewart has sold his minority interest in the Blues to QRM Capital Managing Director Michael Riney. Stewart was an original member of Blues majority owner Tom Stillman's group that purchased the club in 2012. The stake is believed to be less than 5% of total equity in the franchise. The valuation at which Riney purchased the small stake was sold was not disclosed. In addition to Stillman and now Riney, the club's all St. Louis ownership group includes Don Lux, Gerald Kent, James Cooper, Joanne Taylor Kindle, Steve Merritz, Edward Potter, Andrew Taylor, James Kavanaugh, John Danforth, Christopher Danforth, Jim Johnson III, Scott McQuaig. Is it McQuaig, Doug?
I don't know that name either.
MC capital CUAIG.
I don't know that name.
John Ross Jr. and Tom Schlafly.
Okay, a bunch of prominent St. Louis business people, for
It's in
sure.
the Sports Business Journal.
Maybe this means Dave Stewart's taking his money out so he can buy an NBA team.
Nice. Oh, Jackson just had a little pre.
Yeah, don't tease me like that, Doug.
Clip that off.
Well, when people talk about possible NBA owners, he's the name that comes up.
Not me.
No,
Oh.
Dave Stewart.
Jackson's got a lead now for Balloon Party today.
Doug, that would be the greatest thing ever.
You know who Stewart is, don't you?
Worldwide Tech, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think he's a billionaire.
All right. Well, I like the way this is starting.
Yeah.
So you think the association wants to expand to St. Louis?
Oh man, no. But if someone had enough money and said, "I'm putting this team in St. Louis,"
Or any other markets interested in an NBA team?
Seattle and Vegas.
Okay, but still.
Mm-hmm.
It's
We got
certainly
the inside
going there
track now.
first, but we could. If it happens in my lifetime, I'll die a happy man. I could still die a happy man without it, but I will certified die a happy man.
What if the team's horrible?
Don't care.
Riney is the son of the Scott Trade founder. That is per friend of the program, advertiser. Friend of the show, Mark Hanna.
Great.
I can't verify this, but I was told that Stewart took his money out because he now wants to sponsor the studios here.
Wow.
I'm not sure that'd be enough.
I agree with you on that.
Hope he's got some other investments that are doing well.
Yeah.
He buys the NBA team, and then the NBA team becomes a sponsor of the studio.
The St. Louis.
The Spirits of St. Louis. Bring it back. Yeah.
And did they have orange kits?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
City orange?
Gorgeous.
Orange. No, not city orange, just orange.
With the little plane on it, and then the writing was the exhaust.
It was
perfect.
fantastic.
If an NBA team comes, it has to be the Spirits of St. Louis.
Yeah.
Not the St. Louis Spirits, the Spirits of St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Correct, please. Thank you.
Do you know the percentages, Tim, offhand, or is it in there that how much Stillman owns, how much Rainey owns, and how much the other 20 people own?
I don't. And specific to this article, they said the equity and the valuation was not made public.
I assume Stillman has more than 50%.
I would guess, since he's like the face of it, and he's the one that's always talking. He's always talked about the owners, always out there talking to people, and you don't hear the other 20 people
Yeah, but he
out
could
there.
be the chairman without having 50%. I mean, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have 50%. It just means that he theoretically could.
Would it be safe to say he's got the majority ownership?
Well, that would be more than 50%. You're talking about
Well,
like if he has 38% and then there are 12 other stockholders.
Yeah.
Then that, yes, that math would be if he has the most equity. Yes, I would agree with you there. And he is married to Jack Danforth's daughter, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why you have a few Danforths in there. A few people from St. Gabriel's in that group.
Oh.
Few.
Yeah.
Too many to mention, probably.
St. Gabe's itself actually has a piece.
I think so. I think the 7th grade tournament.
The 50-50 raffle brought to you by the 7th grade basketball tournament St. Gabe's.
I love when Ken uses other members of the show as a lazy man's Google.
Well, Tim just read the article. I thought maybe it was in the article. I didn't.
Well, what was in the article was that the shares and the valuation was not disclosed. I don't know.
All I can
Arbor
see.
Day, come on down.
That was funny. That was funny.
I do
That
see
was funny.
I do see that he is
Lazy man's Google.
he is the majority owner.
There you go.
Whether that
There you go,
means-
Iggy.
All right, so it's more than 50%.
Probably so.
And Rainey probably bought in.
Mike Rainey, former cabinet board.
Mike Rainey, who asks me about Culpepper's story every time I see him. He probably bought in
Total
for 40,
package.
and the other 20 have like 0.5%.
Oh, they probably got a little more than that.
John Scores does it bring back the Hawks. Atlanta's a horrible sports town. Are the Hawks? Is there a franchise in the NBA that's in jeopardy of moving?
I can't think of one off the top of my head. They don't really have like that, the dangle piece like the NFL had LA for the longest because the NBA is looking to expand, so they're not looking to move a team necessarily, but to expand. I can't think of it. Sacramento just cleared some stuff up because they were kind of in danger for a second, or at least that they were, saying that they were. But I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that's like in real danger of moving.
They have a basketball team yet, or are they getting one?
Who?
Vegas.
They do not have one at the moment, but I would say in the next decade they will have one.
Las Vegas, Doug, in a matter of what? I mean, possibly a decade? We'll go from having no of the major 4 leagues teams to all 4.
I wonder if they can support baseball, how they'll do with that.
That's the one I'm most curious about.
Yeah.
Especially given the location of the stadium and that the mayor of Vegas is like, this is a bad idea, and that is going to interest me.
Are they running out of land? I know they got a lot of open desert out there, but there's no highways around there. They'd have to really
They have highways.
out in the desert.
Well, yeah.
Sure they do. That's how you get from one city to the next. You drive on the highways.
Well, why would you put a highway out in a place that's just desert and there's nothing out there?
Because you got to get to the next city.
That's how you get to California.
Which is, LA is also in the desert.
I can see how the hockey works because the arena is right downtown, right there for everybody. I can see how football works because you can put, 70,000 people in football stadiums in small towns even all over America every Saturday or Sunday. But baseball requires 81 home dates, and it's not likely to be the kind of sport where people are on vacation and going to say, let's go watch Vegas play a baseball game tonight.
Yeah, but you might have weekend series or maybe even weekday series where people are like, all right, let's go make our Vegas trip around when our favorite baseball team is going to play in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it could be. That could be the marketing plan.
Now, yeah,
maybe that'll work.
It's probably bigger for something like the NFL where, like, if you're a Vikings fan and they're playing in LA or in Vegas, you make that trip.
Well, they won't need you for football. They got enough people there to support a football team.
And it's only, 8 or 9 dates a year.
Yeah.
But with the 81 dates, that's certainly a concern.
I guess if the Cardinals were playing out there and I had a trip, I'd go see the Cardinals.
Oh, 100%.
Right. Like, let's say the Cardinals are playing them in May, at the end of May.
I'm really intrigued to see how, if in fact, I'm still not 100% sure that they're going to move to Las Vegas, but if indeed that winds up happening and they build it where they say they're going to build it, how that works, because it's going to be right at the south end of the Strip, and just strikes me as just creating absolute chaos if that team is good and draws well,
Yeah.
That's where the Tropicana is, which is right next to the Hooters where you and Biff stayed, if memory serves.
Yeah.
There you go, Doug.
Yeah. Well, maybe they've got some plan for public transportation.
Yeah.
Denver does a good job with that, and Chicago, where the Cubs play, thousands of people ride the L right to Wrigley Field. There's a train in Denver that takes you right to the stadium there too.
Jackson, you'd probably know this. When didn't the WNBA used to be? They had teams in all the cities where they had NBA teams.
Not necessarily.
Didn't it used to be like that though? When it first started,
they might have only been They might have started only where there was other NBA cities, but those were also like the biggest cities in America. So, but they don't have as many WNBA teams as they do NBA teams. But then you have like the Connecticut Sun, where there's no NBA team in Connecticut.
Yeah, I was just asking because there's a WNBA team in Vegas.
Yeah,
what a lousy name for
back-to-back champs.
It's a lousy name for a team in Connecticut. The
Connecticut
Sun.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to me either.
Is there a sunnier place in America than Connecticut?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the Phoenix Suns already took that, and they were the Phoenix Mercury.
Phoenix Suns, I get it. It's 120 degrees down there.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Connecticut, I don't get it.
Utah Jazz.
Isn't it?
But their excuse was they moved.
Yeah, but you can still change the name. I never get that.
Isn't the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut?
I think Iggy's right.
Oh, that's true.
Iggy's shipping things right now.
That's true.
What is the Mohegan Sun?
Casino.
Casino. And of uncut gems.
So they maybe own the team?
I don't believe. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think so, but this was before, like, I think the Connecticut Center earlier team.
It's Billy Bixon sending me some of the hats, and all of a sudden I'm damp.
Oh gosh.
Jackson wants these rope hats.
Yeah, I'm a big rope hat.
Is there an age cutoff for rope hats? Kind of like Mickelson wearing the joggers at 54?
No, I think golf is kind of, it can bridge, like younger people can dress in older trends and older people can dress with the younger trends. It's kind of a unifying fashion sport. And I think people rope hats from ages 60 or 70 to ages teens and 20s.
How about that,
enjoy
Doug?
the rope hat.
I like the rope hat too. It kind of just says golf.
Right, like if you have a white rope cap, like a white cap, it's just a white cap, but then you can have a little pop of color with the rope on it, and it's cool.
I wonder who thought of that. I know what we should do with these hats. Put a rope on the front of it.
I feel like it's an old school thing that they've brought back.
Old school players and new school
Like an
fools.
80s thing that
Cats
they've
keep
brought
jumping
back.
like kangaroos.
I wonder if it ever had a purpose.
That's a good question. There's a great
Firing ropes.
yeah, there's that. There's a great TikTok account that has like phrases or like just like not proverbs, but like phrases or sayings that we do and the origins of them. It's really really interesting.
Yeah, I like that too.
Shrimply Pebbles has moved from sending in pictures of his wife with other women to being angry at Iggy for not knowing that there are roads between towns with long distances between them.
Yeah, but there could be a plot of land way out in the desert that has no road.
Doug?
Put a football stadium
Well,
out
there
there.
is some.
Put a baseball stadium out there.
You don't want it if there's no roads to get there.
You'd have to build more than just one road to get all these people in. I'm sure out there in the desert, there's not 5 different highways going into the place.
There probably are 5 different highways going into Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a big city.
Not out in desert land. There's nothing out there. Why would you build a road?
When we're talking highways, we're talking interstates. Because there aren't 5 interstates going to Las Vegas.
Yeah, a place to get all
but
these
I don't know if
people
that's what you're calling a highway. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Are you saying an interstate? Because LA has the 101, but it isn't an interstate.
Well, they're not talking about building it out in the middle of the desert where there's nothing
I
there.
asked the question, how much room do they have? There's no room downtown to put a baseball stadium.
Probably on the edge of downtown. Well, that'd be my guess. You're going to want it close to downtown. If there's just no way to wedge one between a couple of casinos, you're going to put it as close as you can to downtown.
But there are places out in Vegas that look like when Lansky found the place and there was nothing there.
Greg Lansky, remember him with Blacked and Black Draw?
What did the Lansky tweet say?
There was nothing out there. He had to build all that. I'm sure there's land out there that has nothing around it. You'd have to build highways and byways and roadways to get out there.
So that's probably not where the stadium's going
Only
to
in
be.
the month of June is it the byway.
What happens if that's the only place you can put it?
Well, it probably isn't.
And I want to build some condos out there too, and
Like
some luxury
in St.
housing and some malls out there.
In St. Louis, there are more than one place where you could build a stadium. You don't have to go out in the middle of the farmland to build a stadium.
There's places in Maryland Heights you could build it. There's no roads around there. You'd have to build extensions onto the highways.
Roads. Highway 70, 364, 141.
What did the Greg Lansky tweet say? I can take 364 and Highway 70 out into some open land. There's nothing out there. No, you see it way off in the distance. How am I going to get out there? We're going to have to build a road to get out there.
I guess I don't know what you're arguing here.
I mean, with Chavez Ravine, correct me if I'm incorrect, but they had to build like a certain type of road, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to get out of there because of the road that they built. Like it's like one single road to get out of there.
Memory serves, it's snaky.
Yeah.
But the highway system was close.
Right.
Like when they built Riverport at the time. That was just open land. It wasn't right next to Highway 70. They had to build roads that led into getting off the highway and exit ramps and entrance ramps. They had to build all that. It wasn't there.
Maybe Jackson could put SimCity and Apple on Ken's laptop. We don't have enough time for this. It's from Arbor Day.
Yeah, what do you got to do that you need to get going?
It's a big city with lots of land. I'm sure there's a plot where they can build a baseball stadium where you don't have to redo the whole interstate highway system of the state.
I didn't say you have to redo it. You got to build things to get to it.
Well, they may have to build something, but probably not long highways.
You think they build things just next to the highway? Anything over there? Well, here's the highway. Is there anything over there? Build it right there. No, way out there, there's nothing there. You got to build roads to get to the
But they're
highways.
not going to build it way out there. They're going to build it close to the city.
There isn't much. That was my whole point. There's not much land left around that city. You got to go out.
You can buy it.
I don't know.
You can buy land.
Well, I don't live in Vegas. I really don't care if they build anything.
You're the one brought it up.
Weren't they
I'm
talking
not
about...
going to Vegas to see a baseball game. I really don't care.
Okay, weren't they talking about knocking down an old hotel?
Tropicana. They shut her down.
Yeah,
Shut down Mirage yesterday.
Okay, so they wanted to build highways.
The Hard Rock looks cool. They're building the hotel itself is the shape of a guitar.
No, like in Lauderdale. Doug, watch this. Lottie Dottie.
Okay.
Is that Slick Rick?
I don't know who it is.
Lottie Dottie.
I just don't know.
I'm smart. Not like they say. Like dumb. Lot read, please. No. It's from Chairman Stephen Wildwood.
Gosh.
He is
Talking about yourself? Listen to some of your calls. You tell me you're smart. Yeah. Yeah, I had 24 beers last night. It was a great day. Yeah. Doug, what you doing? Played golf. Shot 84. Yeah.
Oh, did you really? Good round.
Great score.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, and they're known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. I was at Pure Performance a couple weeks ago. Holy moly, is that showroom massive. 25,000 square foot facility. Houses the largest showroom in the area where you can find anything and everything you might need to enhance your vehicle. It's located at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles, or you can visit pureperformance.com. That's P-U-R, performance.com. After over 40 years of outfitting the best-dressed vehicles in the metropolitan area, you can trust that your prized investment is in great hands at Pure Performance. Go out there and ask for Shelby, friend of the show. Got a chance to meet Shelby and talk it over with her. It's Pure Performance. Your car is a huge investment, usually second only behind your home. You need to make sure that anyone that works on your vehicle treats it with the same respect and care that you do. You can trust Pure Performance to do just that. P-U-R, performance.com. Send your emails in. Our design, air, heating, and cooling email today will come your way at approximately 9:45, 9:50. Then Jackson and I we'll go down the hallway, and I guess we're going to spend the balloon party hour on this NBA story.
A little bit of that. We'll talk about where you take the cup.
Nice.
And then, so that'll be the show.
So Dave Stewart.
People just have to deal with it.
Takes his money out of the Blues and puts it into a possible NBA franchise bid. He is, without question, St. Louis's most prominent and wealthy black businessman. He's the perfect guy for the job.
Started a one-on-one. Jackson, maybe Barrett will pick it up and run with it.
All right.
I want Adam Silver to pick it up and run with it.
Oh, my. Mr. Commissioner, thank you for joining Balloon Party.
I'd weep. if
Would you really?
Would you? Absolutely. 100%. Because then I get to think, like, not only would I get to watch, years of NBA basketball in St. Louis, but then my hopeful children would get to watch.
Oh, you'll be a father within 2 years.
Of NBA
it's a 5-star
basketball.
lock if you want it, Doug.
And the memories and thinking about the first time that they could hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy.
Oh, my goodness.
He can partner with Jason Tatum and Bradley Beal.
Oh.
When their careers end, they can be part owners.
How much pre can one man fire?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm about to finish.
You look at a dumpster with mattresses. I look at a river and a stadium. Maybe I'm smarter in at least one area. Chairman Steve is not happy now.
What does that got to do with anything?
Well,
I know a lot of
might get Kroenke.
I know a lot of people that make money that are dumb as a box of rocks.
Oh, you've got me looking at the highway systems in Las Vegas.
What are you finding?
Well, Interstate 15 runs right through the heart of the city. There's 215 that goes around the city.
I didn't say there were any highways. Take that map out in the middle of the
95?
desert. What's out there? What's that highway out there in the middle of the desert?
That's not where they want to build a stadium. In the middle
My
of the
question was,
desert.
what if they did?
Well, but no one ever has or would.
What if they did?
If they did, they'd go broke.
You have to build a highway, wouldn't you?
But they have a highway in between
They have
LA
highways
and
that
Vegas.
run right through the deserts.
Yeah, between LA and Vegas, like in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Or in Swingers, they take that highway.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They're changing into their suits on the way.
Vegas, baby, Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, where you live doesn't have anything to do with how dumb you are. That's a way you're saying you're smart? I overlooked the stadium and the river. I'm smart. No, it just means you and your wife have some money and you decided to live in a high-rise. Good for you.
We like to read books and talk smart things, too.
Oh, well, how do you get the money if you're not smart?
How smart do you have to be? How much is that house across the street from you? $840,000. Yeah, yours is worth $846,000.
Okay.
That's
well,
his
you got a
whole
point
job.
there. Yeah.
Appraising a home.
But then he's pretty smart to have gotten that job. If that's all it takes, and he's made a lot of money on it, that was a pretty smart way to go.
Don't just say because you live at downtown, you can see the river and the arch and the river and the stadium. They're smart. That's a stupid comparison.
Oh, you'd like to see his balance sheet?
The balance sheet showdown.
I don't care how much money he makes.
Okay. Well, that would indicate how wealthy he is.
I really don't care.
Okay.
Wealth has nothing to do with how smart or dumb you are.
It's usually related.
Usually.
Not always, but usually. You can win the lottery, or you can, know how to dunk a basketball or run with a football and make millions of dollars, not necessarily terribly intelligent, but you still have to have a unique skill.
Well, all the smartest people in the world call this show and spend 25 minutes boring everybody.
No.
Wow, and wow. Wow, and wow.
Look, I didn't start it, so you want to keep taking your shots, go ahead.
Okay.
But, Tiki, are you coming back to football because you miss it, or are you coming back to football because you just had a big failure in broadcasting?
What a first question. That might be worse than the question the Cardinal guy asked. Ali Marmol, can you sweep this doubleheader loss under the rug?
And look toward the Cubs.
Yeah.
We still haven't found out who that was. Maybe we don't know.
I know who it is.
And you're choosing to keep it.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I'll Rocky texted me who it was.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I think.
Do we know him?
Rock knows him.
Oh, okay, so it's not somebody we know, Doug.
Okay.
550 guy?
No, he works at.
Maybe he plays in a brass band with Rocky O.
Works at Channel 2.
What do you think? He's like a French horn guy?
A trombone, slide trombone.
The answer to it
Trombone
is,
shorty.
It is.
Killcoin Minion?
Why is my.
A Killcoin minion? Martin has minions now? If my view is the Mississippi River, I wouldn't tell a soul. That isn't a flex to cry for help. Steven Times on Iggy's side.
Gosh.
Daniel Estive.
Daniel Estive.
He's at Channel 2.
Okay.
Went to Mizzou.
Fight Tiger.
Yeah, MIZ.
Beat Racers.
Roxy's a hell of a basketball player.
Is he?
Yeah. Tall.
Well, we've all asked questions. If you're in the business long enough, you have asked a question that you would like to have back.
Especially baseball. Like, I feel like football, you might be able to get away without ever having that. But if you're a baseball reporter, you're going to eventually. 162 games.
And sometimes if you're there and you just need some kind of soundbite and you haven't heard anything yet that you can use, you just say something to try to get the guy to keep talking. Please say something.
That is
and if you could talk maybe 40, 50 seconds.
It doesn't even have to be that long. 15 or 20 decent seconds to wrap it all up. That's why the TV guys tend to ask big picture questions, because we need a complete thought there in like 10, 15 seconds, 20.
Something that
where the writers can really, get small with anything.
Yeah. Expound upon it themselves.
Yeah.
906 in St. Louis. Hey, Stephen Wildwood's friend, and my friend, David Price of Biggies is going to be in studio.
Oh, really?
Stephen Wildwood, you just stand across and watch people get food taken out of Biggies.
Good play.
That's a weird kink. And you say I shouldn't kink shame?
That's not a kink. That's just very weird.
Well, David Price, advertiser here on TMA, and loyal TMA listener is going to be in. Doug, that steak sandwich at Biggie's, forget about it.
Oh,
I like the pizza too, and they give you choices on your fries.
Do they?
Waffle.
And they got waffle fries. Oh, what about the waffle fries?
I dip it in their hot mustard.
Oh.
Makes me naughty.
Ooh.
Hot mustard?
Mm-hmm. Spicy.
No calories in mustard.
That's correct.
That's right.
It's like Chick-fil-A sauce.
Well, that's got some calories.
140 calories and like a dollop. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's always tough when I'm entering that in my fitness pal. It's like, I had 2 spicy chicken sandwiches, 7 orders of waffle fries. Oh, God. Don't forget to add your Chick-fil-A sauce. You lord ass!
Oh.
Then I start beating myself like Mark Wahlberg out front Reese Witherspoon's house in fear. Remember when they engaged in finger play on the roller coaster?
No. Chick-fil-A is pretty good without the sauce, so why do you need the extra calories?
Because I like that Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah, it is special.
Well, but you can't have it unless you want to be a lard ass.
You got a year on fear, Tim?
It's a great question, Chairman. Doug. I haven't thought through it. It just is. It's involuntary. I'm going 96. I don't know.
I was gonna go 97.
But I'm not. I'm going to only allocate 10% of my bankroll.
Don't even question yourself. 1996.
Okay, good. Cardinals and Braves. Remember Dimitri Young's triple?
I do. Yeah.
And that was to left field too. How often
Left
do you see
center,
that?
I think.
Yeah, I mean, a triple for kind of a bulky guy.
They thought he was going to be just a star, another one.
Yeah.
And he just turned out to be just kind of a guy.
Look at the Reds.
It's okay. Yeah,
Rank your Cardinals in the last 30 years who are going to be stars who didn't pan out.
Colby Rasmus right at the top of the list.
Tyler Green.
Certainly heard a lot about Tyler Green.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had that expectation.
Rick Ankiel was going to be a great pitcher.
Is it fair to throw Tavares on there?
No, it's not. I don't think so. I think that's an outlier. But I think it's a good question because I was wondering how to tend to that one myself, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, by definition, yes, but obviously leaving out massive context.
Jordan Walker so far, but that book has not been completely written.
Not even close to finish on that one. Brendan Ryan, am I off on Brendan Ryan?
No, he was always a kind of a part-time guy.
That's correct. Dylan Carlson was major hype, and there might be some revisionist history going on that, but Dylan Carlson was the guy, I think, at 2020 spring training.
We thought Todd Zeal might be a superstar catcher.
That's right.
Alex Reyes.
Solid player,
Falls
but not
outside of the 30-year realm, because then we could include Jim Lindemann.
Yeah.
How about that chubby third baseman was a first-round pick?
Oh, yeah.
Brett Wallace.
Matt Wallace.
Oh, Brett Wallace.
Brett Wallace.
Who went to Oakland. That's a nice play. That's a nice play.
I remember he'd been up for about a week, and they wanted to look at him at third base. And it was before the game, guys were taking batting practice. And so our story for the day is, are they going to move Wallace to third base? And so they came out to hit him some ground balls, and LaRussa came out to watch too, because obviously he was the one who was going to determine if he could handle it. They hit him a couple ground balls, and he threw the ball to first. And LaRussa just kind of turned around with his arms open as if to say, "You're kidding me, right?"
No way, really?
Yeah. He looked like a mediocre high school kid trying to play third base. He had no business at all ever playing third base at even the college level, I wouldn't think. I mean, he could hardly throw.
Nice.
He was a big, chubby, bulky, husky left-handed hitter. And when he got a hold of it, he could hit it. And I think he had a few years in the league as a DH maybe.
Fair enough.
But he was not in any way, shape, or form a major league defensive player.
Good colleagues. Marco Gonzalez and Alex Reyes, would those be two? Maybe probably more so Reyes.
Reyes would be more so than Gonzalez.
Yeah.
And Gonzalez he continued to play.
He was an all-star one year.
Yeah. Pat Neshek.
Neshek.
He was an all-star.
Reyes is a good one.
but he wasn't. I don't think he was a Cardinal.
Reyes is a good one because we really did think this was a guy who was going to be a
Reyes.
big-time pitcher.
Yeah, if I did go, but that actually is let's see, so we got to go 94 to present day.
Mm-hmm.
I really do think Dylan Carlson's in the mix on that.
Yeah.
That's not a prisoner of the moment thing.
And we saw like a taste of it too. That's what's like the most perplexing part of it. Is we did see a part.
You know, well, here's one, and this is only, well, maybe Iggy will remember it, and there's no way Jackson will. Manny Ibar.
Oh, yeah.
Manny Ibar, they were on Manny Ibar like he was the second coming, and I remember they could have gotten Kevin Brown for him. Now that's, I believe that was not including that contract that became quite famous. Did the Yankees sign him to some monster contract? I don't know, but either way, that became known as one of the... Was it Dodgers, really?
The Kevin Brown was the Dodger.
Okay.
It was kind of shades of Carlos Martinez, where you could see flashes of brilliance, but then you could...
It's a nice analogy.
Yeah. But even he had...
J.D. Drew? J.D. Drew, though, had a good career.
Yeah,
he wasn't like a bust.
Yeah. I guess Liberatore you can maybe put in there right now.
No way. He wasn't. He didn't have the expectations that some of these others... I mean, we're talking about guys that were like... In the Walker category,
okay. Well.
Liberatore. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think Liberatore was ever. In either way, he wasn't like a Cardinal draft pick. Mm-hmm. If that's our qualification for it.
For this, yeah, I think that's the right way to do it.
I think Ibar was. I'm pretty sure he was. Now we're going back to the mid '90s on that.
Anthony Reyes.
Heard a lot about Reyes.
Yeah. But Ankiel was going to be the next Hall of Fame left-handed pitcher.
And I mean, it was trending that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he pitched in '99 when he was effing 19 years old and dealt. I mean, he would freeze MFers with that breaking ball. God bless America.
Yeah. Pitching in Major League Baseball at 19 years old is crazy.
Telling you, it's a film.
Joe Nuxhall did it at age 15.
See, last night MLS had a 14-year-old out there.
Yeah.
Is that guy's name? Calvin Klein or something?
Calvin Klein, yeah.
I think Bob Feller started when he was 16. Then went in the Army for 2 years.
Right
and
out of
came
high school.
back.
Went to the Army like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
He was like the first of the players to enlist. And then came out and like 2 days later, like pitched a complete game.
Yeah.
Got a win. Hadn't pitched in like 5 years.
Doug, what about Greg Matthews? That's from Marcus Hennessy.
Well, again,
I don't think he was ever supposed to be a superstar.
He had a pretty good career.
He had
1987
He
Cardinals?
had a few years, yeah.
played here quite a few years.
But we're talking about guys who the hype was built where they were going to be a perennial all-star. And Pujols, I'm not sure that anyone really knew much about him until that first spring training.
Disagree on that, only because he had killed it the final couple months. I guess they were in Memphis still. This was after they had moved from Louisville, the AAA affiliate. And they traded Fernando Tatis, which was kind of a big deal at the time because Tatis was trending. But my recollection on him was, he had the 2 Grand Slams things, which he became famous for, and being Fernando Tatis's father now. But in 2000, somewhere in the late 90s, they acquired him from the Rangers in 98 in exchange for Royce Clayton and Todd Stottlemyre, if my memory is correct, and got Darren Oliver and Fernando Tatis. And then the Cardinals signed him to an extension, and at that moment, he decided to shut her down. He was happy he got the money. La Russa, who usually keeps the criticism, unless it's J.D. Drew, inside the clubhouse, would talk about, no, I mean, he's signed that contract, really put on some weight. And the Cardinals were like, it was a preview to the Alan Craig. We know we got a declining asset. Let's unload this MFer. And they traded Britt Reams with Fernando. Remember Britt Reams? He had a good postseason in 2000. Likeable guy. And they got Steve Klein and Dustin Hermanson,
Right.
if memory serves, from the Expos.
I remember Pujols having
but what happened was
spring training, but before that, I don't.
No,
not sure
I specifically remember because it's the only tape that I would love to have, not for my use, but for like KMOV if there was ever a 30 for 30 or something done on Albert Pujols. Because I remember interviewing Walt Jocketty after that trade with the Expos, and I go, you don't make this trade if it weren't for this. And we didn't really know how to pronounce his name. I might have said Pujols, at Memphis, and he was a third baseman. As weird as it might be to think that this guy that we saw, as mobile as he was third baseman, then left fielder, then first baseman, and obviously then DH. And he goes, yeah, what he did down in Memphis really caught our attention. We're really high on him. But he wasn't going to make the team until Bonilla's injury. But anyway, he comes to winter warm-up, and I didn't know, all I know is that's him. Okay, there's Albert Pujols. This is January of 2001. And I go, so I understand you're the man. And he goes, no, I'm not the man, And if you were to play it out, like if you had Stan Musial, the man, and then Albert Pujols, the perfect one of the ways you could open up that 30 for 30 would be with that intro. And then what took place, he goes from being an anonymous guy walking around whatever hotel that was where they used to have winter warm-up. I guess it was, what's the thing that's a circle that's empty now? I know that
Not
doesn't
the
necessarily.
Embassy Suites.
No.
Right across the street from that?
No, it was something else. Clarion? Was it the Clarion at one point? I don't know. It's on the riverfront. Stephen Wildwood.
Oh, the one in St. Louis?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It had many different names.
Okay. Well, either way, that's what it was.
Stouffer's.
They're really nice.
Yeah.
And within months, he was the story of the game. I mean, he just killed it from the absolute get-go.
Yeah.
So, anyway, there's that. There's a little anecdote. Do with it what you want. Touch yourselves. Everybody touch themselves.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I didn't know how to throw to break.
No.
I didn't know how to throw to break.
Okay.
Touch yourselves. Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. This is TMA, and it's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
Rosalita's Cantina is known for having the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From carne con cerveza to shrimp diablo, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita. Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and brunch at the De Pere location on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 3. Check out RosalitasCantina.com or visit the downtown or De Pere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Hey guys, this is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. We became sponsors of the show because we love this show. We were listeners for years before we started sponsoring. We love coming to the events, playing in the golf tournaments, even though I got demolished in the second round of the match play. But we love sponsoring the Dotem as well, and we'll miss it this year. Hopefully it comes back next year. If you're at one of these events, you might have met us out there and you found out we're a lot like the rest of the audience. We are the audience. You get hurt in an accident, you don't just have to take our word for it. You can take Tim's. If he knows someone that gets hurt, he's going to recommend us. Check us out at longobigs.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
Hi, this is Chris Ponda from Illinois Recovery Center. As someone who just celebrated 10 years of sobriety, I am proud to be a part of a place that can provide an amazing opportunity for growth and freedom from active addiction. If you or a family member are battling addiction, there is hope. You are worth recovery. The incredible team of highly trained professionals at Illinois Recovery Center will provide the care and support that you need. A new beginning is ready for you at IRC in Swansea, Illinois. Start your journey now at IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
Hey, it's Jackson. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially, saving for retirement and college, while also paying bills and enjoying life along the way. Whether you are starting your financial planning or if you're already retired, call Mark Hanna. Mark works with you to design a financial strategy. His straightforward approach starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your financial needs. Visit evergreenstl.com or call 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC, and offers insurance and annuity products through Equitable Network, LLC.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Hope your imaginary friends are hungry, because IHOP's new menu, inspired by the movie If, is our most imaginative yet. With blue raspberry pancakes, a pizza omelet, unbelievable soda pops, and more. It's time to set your imaginary friends free. Only at IHOP. Kids eat free every day 4 to 10 p.m. And see If in theaters May 17th. One free kids entree per full-priced adult entree. Restrictions apply. This film is not yet rated.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then, someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Stupiracy, the podcast where stupidity meets history and conspiracy. With hosts Scott Rizzuto and Tim McKernan. Check out the latest episode available now as Riz and Tim uncover the shocking and little-known scandal of Ivy League nude photos.
No, that's how you're gonna end up on the naughty list.
This scandalous episode reveals a hidden chapter in the history of elite education, diving into the bizarre reasons behind the photographs, the famous figures who were involved, and the mystery of what happened to the photos.
It's science.
Oh, okay. Anyway, watch or listen to the latest Stupiracy Now on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. Presented by Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Visit evergreenstl.com or call Mark at 314-889-0503 and by Brown & Crouppen 222-2222 or getbc.com.
KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
It's the Brown & Crouppen Morning After.
KPNT-FM HD2,
Collinsville, St. Louis.
They sure are, Doug. Starts in Atlanta tomorrow.
Okay. Second half. One of the best teams in the National League from the middle of May till now, so maybe there's hope.
But
one of the best second half teams in the last 10 years.
They are?
Doug, breaking news from Carnoustie, DBA Royal Troon.
Okay.
Tiger Woods, one back of the lead.
Oh, how many holes has he played?
3. Oh, sorry, 2 back of the lead. Justin Thomas, 3 under. Tiger Woods, 1 under through 3. Well, this program yesterday reported, I got a feeling about Tiger Woods.
Make a run.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's TMA. It's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen. Welcome to the Schaefer Door Company 9 o'clock hour. For those of you who watch on YouTube, you notice Ken Strode's been replaced.
Just like that. With very little fanfare. It just happened in the middle of a break.
I think it was he and Stephen Wildwood arguing over one guy can see the Mississippi River, one guy can see a mattress in a dumpster.
Right.
He's been replaced by David Price of Biggies. Unbelievable.
Oh,
Biggies, Doug.
what a treat.
What's up, David?
Tim, how are you?
Wonderful. It's great to have you in. I am a loyal Biggies customer for decades, Doug. My family's been going there forever, and it is phenomenal. If you have not checked out Biggies, number one, you can see Stephen Wildwood watching people get carry-out.
Yeah, that seemed weird to me. Are you aware people do that?
What was the question again, Tim? I didn't hear you.
I can see how you would want a further explanation. We have a listener.
Yeah, our Milagro Tequila listener of the year, Stephen Wildwood, who would watch people get their takeout. I think he had a house across the street, and he would like to watch people get takeout from Biggies.
Oh, okay. So me and him are kind of similar, you know?
You have the same thing.
Yeah, you see a lot of stuff in there, so I don't blame him for finding entertainment in that by any means.
Yeah, absolutely. For audience members who are not familiar with your... Doug, would you call them wares? Would you like that?
I
You
don't
call them
like the word
wares?
wares, no.
What would you say if you were telling somebody who's never been to Biggies before what you would recommend? Give a few items on that menu.
Oh, well, you know, our top seller is the steak sandwich on garlic cheese bread.
Doug, that's my go-to.
Or, as Tim McKernan gets, a pineapple and sausage pizza. Is that what you get? It's not a fan favorite, but that's your favorite,
that's,
right?
That's my wife's favorite.
And toasted raspberries with no cheese.
That's it. That's
Somebody
a family. It's a family thing. The pineapple, and I think it's pineapple and green peppers. That she gets,
pineapple and
actually.
green peppers, actually.
I wouldn't.
I made
You
a
couldn't
mistake
pay
there.
me to eat that.
I love
it.
Do you like that? That's your move?
Pineapple on pizza is so good. I'm a huge fan.
So you're telling me I've been making fun of you this whole time, and it's not even your order?
It's not even my order.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim comes in and gets pineapple, green pepper. Yeah, it's my
Why
wife.
would you put a green pepper on there with a pineapple?
Again, I mean, you've been on my side against my wife throughout this show today.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
I
That's
about
been-
had it to hear with her.
Thank you very
No,
much.
I think your commitment to topping and shaming topping is ridiculous.
I just like a sausage and mushroom pizza, that's all.
Oh, that's another one we'll go with,
We don't
too.
have to get fancy with anything
Yeah,
else. We don't
exactly. It's her West County elitism. That's what I
Yeah.
call it. That's exactly
I'm
what
on
it is.
board.
You're on board with that? And then, Jackson, your favorite is what?
A really an outstanding item is that Davy special.
And here's Davy right here.
Oh,
yes,
man. Yeah, the
yes.
chicken tenders with that mustard sauce, the hot mustard sauce is next level. I almost exclusively dip French fries, waffle fries, for being honest, in catsup and ketchup,
Right,
like a
catsups.
true American. But I'll make an exception because the hot mustard sauce is so good that even if I don't get the Davy special, which I do often, I will get the hot mustard on the side so I can dip my fries in them.
So you go plain, and then you get the mustard sauce on the side.
No. So if I get the Davy Special, I'm getting it fully loaded.
Oh, okay.
But
you get the mustard sauce on the side.
If I get the steak sandwich and I get the waffle fries, they'll dip the waffle fries in the because that's how good the mustard sauce is.
That's a power move.
Oh, it's a big move.
How long has Biggie's been in business?
Biggie's has been in business for 32 years.
Really?
32
Is that
since
right?
1992.
Who got it started?
My pops and my grandpa, and then my partner now, my Uncle Brian, came in, I think, 2 years after that.
Huh.
So...
It's outstanding. I can't say enough good
I
things
have to
about
admit,
it.
I haven't been there.
South City staple.
You will love it. I love the pizza there, too. The
Yeah.
pizza, steak sandwich, and now I got to get this...
really good.
You know, I kind of
Davy.
compare the Davy Special to your golf game, Tim. It's kind of just like taking South City by storm a little bit, you know?
You don't need to
You
spend
know?
eliminating.
Mark that curve.
Clip that off.
That.
Just
Clip
kind of
that
came
off.
out of nowhere a little bit. People are a little surprised by it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, they look at me and they go, he's 5'1", he weighs like $120.
It's a surprise to all.
It's a surprise to all. Yeah, we played a few weeks ago, and you played at the home of the Golden Griffins, right?
I did play at Vianney.
Yeah.
I played up until my senior year. We won't talk about why I wasn't playing after
Oh,
that.
Doug,
but,
sounds like there's a story for you at KMOV.
Oh, I got booted for having bad grades and being a bad kid, I guess you could say.
But that shouldn't stand out at Vianney.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking, too.
Yeah, Doug,
Thought you could get away with everything there, but I guess not.
For our audience members, it is located, so it's on Watson. What is the cry? I always park on that side
Watson and Arthur.
Watson and Arthur.
Okay. Now, way back when, Stan Musial had a famous restaurant, Stan and Biggie's.
Yeah.
Is this Biggie's any relationship to that?
No affiliation at all.
Okay.
But I get that question about once a week.
I bet you do.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
The Price family is St. Louis royalty. Long live Biggies. That's from the River to Pear yacht captain.
You're here.
Biggies for life. I play softball with Austin Price. Biggies is a regular stop after games in the summer. Biggies is the goat that's from Shrimply Pibbles, and he sends in pictures of his wife with other women, which is great.
Really?
David, if you want to see it, this is what's been going
It'll
on.
get you thrown out of
And
Vianney.
apparently Doug works with these women, but he says he doesn't.
Well,
So
it looks
Doug
like
has
one of
something
them
to
got
hide.
married, and it was a reception, I guess.
Yeah, so I don't know. Do you recognize this wife?
I do. I don't think I do.
Yeah, I don't know what's going
Who
on.
sent you these?
Shrimply Pibbles.
Oh, Shrimply Pibbles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Shrimply Pibbles.
You guys are open on Sundays, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge advantage. A lot of places in South City are closed on
Oh,
Sundays.
that's a nice play. Yeah, we were watching the U.S. Open over at my brother Kevin's for Father's Day, and we got Biggies.
Oh, okay.
Open on Sundays, a big advantage. You might see me there on Sunday.
We will never close on Sundays. It's a very big advantage for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
everywhere around
that
us is closed besides Joey B's.
Yeah, like I live on the hill, and there's like one or two restaurants there.
Oh, do you live on the hill?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So Biggie's is a short little
Yeah.
drive. Me and my friends will go. Great takeout. My parents love it.
Okay.
Every time I sit at the bar at Biggie's and watch a game, I enjoy talking to the others at the bar because they tend to be pretty knowledgeable fans, and that's rare. That's from Uncle Wally's Plastic Ear. How about that, Doug?
Yeah.
Guys,
Knowledgeable fans and great food on the South Side. What else could you ask for?
Nothing. Where did the name Biggie's come from?
My dad was a big guy. He was 6'5", 330 pounds. He was an offensive lineman. Almost went to the NFL, actually.
Really?
And,
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. So naturally, he had the nickname Biggie.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So where did he play growing up?
So he played at Missouri Southern College, and then he was at St. Mary's.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. And then he blew his knee out his sophomore year at Missouri Southern.
Yeah. That was the end of
Maybe
careers
even his
back
freshman
then.
year. I can't remember.
Back then, that could end your career. One knee
it
injury.
did
you're
end his
about done.
career.
You're about done.
But you know what? I might not be here if he didn't blow his knee out. So
think about that, Doug.
Oh,
think about that.
Well,
You'd have been
he
busy playing
would have never
football.
met my mom, probably.
Right, not making kids. He'd have been playing
Yeah,
football.
well, maybe I would be here, I guess. I don't know. I never really thought about it that much. But
Huh. Did you play football yourself?
I tried it out my freshman year. It didn't go as well as my dad's career did, that's for sure.
You were a golfer.
I was a golfer. Well, I wasn't a
striker.
golfer until high school. I gave golf a shot out of nowhere, and it kind of worked out a little bit.
Yeah.
Tim still beat me, though.
Well, okay, you didn't have to say
He
that.
may have shaved a couple strokes, though.
Biggies is a South City staple. Carlos Spicy Waiter.
Yep.
Doug, yeah, you really do need to check it out.
Yeah,
It's great.
I'm for
I'm
real.
surprised you've never been there, Doug.
Yeah, what do you think? Are you a little pissed off, David? I can
I'm
tell
a
you're
little pissed off right
Yeah, I
now.
can tell.
I don't live that far. I live down Watson.
I forgive easily, though.
Yeah, so just come in.
I'll see you walk in those doors the first time. We'll be on good terms again.
Yeah. I'm usually there 5 o'clock, 5:30 on Fridays, picking up the pineapple pizza that apparently you thought was mine the whole time.
Tim's a beat the rush kind of guy. He comes in a little early. He doesn't want to see anybody.
Well, I mean, being the celebrity that I am.
A lot of restaurants close completely so Tim can come in and eat in some private.
That's correct. That's
like
correct.
Tony Soprano.
Like Tony Soprano. Let's see. People are excited to see you. You got some fans here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What else we got?
Let's see. I was there last night and had the prime rib special.
Oh, okay. Every Wednesday night.
Bacon and pineapple pizza is the bee's knees. Second is pineapple pepperoni. And then rounding it out, in third place is pineapple and green pepper. That's from Dan.
Dan.
How common is the pie? What's the most common ordered topping for pizza at Biggie's? I like the pepperoni. I go pepperoni and sausage sometimes.
We'll go sausage bacon.
Sausage bacon,
Such
is that
a
right?
classic and cliche, but sausage bacon.
Sausage bacon?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
We got a
Might
cent
have to try
special.
that.
So we used to have this guy that came in. He was my dad's friend. The guy was 450 pounds.
Nice.
His last name was Sinewald, and he used to get a sausage, bacon, onion, extra cheese pizza. So naturally, we put it on the menu and called it the cent special, and that's probably our most popular pizza.
Is that right? How about that?
Yeah.
Do you have a guy? When I worked at Pietro's, there was like a lady who handled both the pizza and the salads. Do you have? Does everybody handle it like in the
Are you
back of the
talking on
kitchen?
the phone, or are you talking on?
No.
in the
I'm
kitchen?
talking about in the kitchen.
Yeah, we got 2 guys on pizzas and salads.
Is that right?
At
Okay.
all times.
All right,
yeah.
there it is. Yeah.
Or 3 guys on weekend nights and nights. We have 3 guys. Yeah.
Place is great, Doug.
Yeah.
I want you to get there and
I
come
didn't know you
rave
worked
and-
at Pietro's, Tim. How was that?
Bussing tables.
right down the road.
Right down the road. That's right. Yeah, bussing tables. There was an older waiter who took a liking to me.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Made you stand up on the table and dance a little bit?
Yeah, but you were 22.
twirl.
I got that same
twirl.
problem. Tim,
No, I
so
wasn't
the
22.
waitresses.
I was 14. So you know, we'll we're talking with counsel about it. Tim, ask Dave if swingers order more pineapple pizza for a topping. That's from the Swing Haven board member. He also sends pictures of his wife into the text inbox here. It's such a nice part. I don't know if this goes on at Biggie's, but we get people sending in pictures of their wives to this show. Doug doesn't necessarily believe they're real.
No, I don't. Is Biggie's a swingers hangout?
I mean, I can't really tell sometimes, but
Yeah,
I've
he
seen
signed
it.
he signed an NDA.
I thought anyone who orders the pineapple is probably a swinger.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, maybe I need to talk with my betrothed. What kind of fry that mouth do? Doug, hold on, I'm going to read that again.
Good question.
What kind of fry that mouth do? That's from Los Lonely Boys. I guess asking about the fries. Jackson
Great
and I, Los Lonely Boys. Oh, Iggy's going to be thrilled to hear you say that. Waffle fries. You have 2 different fries, right?
We got waffle fries, French fries, and sweet potato fries. So we got
That 3 fries, Doug.
I don't consider sweet potato fries a fry, though. I think
I don't
it's
either.
nasty. I don't know about you.
I don't
It's
recognize
a
it.
healthier alternative.
You think so? It is,
I don't
actually.
think it is.
Sweet potatoes, yeah.
When there's nothing else, you take it, but the waffle fries at Biggie's, seasoned like the Dickens, just outstanding.
Waffle fries are the best, if you ask me.
Dave, the
Not even
house-made salad dressing don't play. That's from Patty Nantucket.
Okay, yeah. I
Sigma
appreciate
Chi
that.
legend in Hoke, brother. That's from the Chicago Ginger.
Yeah, you're in Hoax and Uinkas,
That's
aren't
right.
you?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
What kind of code are you guys talking in there right now?
I mean, we can't. Again, it's so many NDAs here
They have to
lately.
kill you.
Yeah.
A special handshake and everything?
No, you better believe it, brother. Secret handshake all day long. Let's see. That spinach salad with the bacon dressing and the mustard wings is the move. That's from Doug's work husband.
I don't have a work husband.
Chicken parm with a side of waffle fries and a pitcher of Budweiser, please. Nummy, nummy. That's from the River to Pear Yacht Captain.
Up until about 3 years ago, all we had on draft was Budweiser.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You've gotten a few comments here on your voice. People like your voice. This boy has a full throaty voice.
Okay.
How does he fill out them pants?
Okay.
That's from Chuck Talent.
We don't need that.
And then this is a sponsor in here. And then Mr. Sider says, guys, this guy's voice sounds like he could hum and it would be stronger than my Sibian. That's from Mr. Siders. Like, this is amazing. People love the food and David's voice.
See, I've always been told that I have a face for radio. That's what
Is that
I've always
right?
been
Well,
told,
that's kind of common in this studio.
I tried out a podcast for one episode. I don't know how you guys do it. I got such bad anxiety over the attendance.
Is that right?
Yeah, we did it for.
Well, I don't know how you run a restaurant, so it's good. We're doing the
There you
right
go.
things then, I guess. Let's see. Those zucchini sticks pawn the hole. Doug, you get zucchini sticks?
Well, my hole enjoys being pawned.
Clip that off.
So I guess that'd be the logical thing to order.
Clip that off. So if everybody, I'm telling you, for your Friday night is pizza night, I'd recommend doing some Biggies tomorrow is what I would do. Might have to do it. God, it's so good. Anytime I start thinking about it, it puts me in a happy place. For real, Jackson,
Tim, I got to ask, who's replaced us? I haven't seen you in a while.
We're on a kind of rota, like the Open, where we're going from place to place. But when I don't want to drive too far, we'll hit Dewey's.
I understand. I'm not offended by any means.
And I know
Dewey's.
And I know you're friends with the Miners boys, huh?
Oh, I love Joey. Yeah.
So I'll bet that's in the rota. I think the rota's Dewey's, Uncle Leo's, the Miners boys, Pizza Go-Go, and Biggie's. That's the rota.
Okay.
That's the rota.
I respect it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good rota.
I can't be mad at you with those options.
That's the rota.
I think Uncle Leo's might be my favorite pizza in St. Louis.
Oh, really?
It's really good.
Have you had their white sauce?
Have not.
If you get their white sauce, you will never go to another pizza place.
Wow. How about that?
White sauce base.
Do you have white sauce at Biggie's?
I've tried it out just because of how much I like theirs. Yeah. Wasn't the same.
You couldn't get there?
All the respect to Uncle Leo's.
Uncle Leo's.
I don't know what they do with their white sauce, but something about it on that pizza.
Do you have to know how to cook everything or just run the place?
Run the place basically right now.
Yeah.
But eventually I have to know how to cook everything because a lot of our kitchen guys who have been there for a while, they won't be there forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough to find
Good
reliable
kitchen?
guys
Yeah.
like they are. So things
Where do you go to
things
find
might
people?
change. That's the thing. So like throughout the 32 years, we have this guy named Tyrone. He's been cooking for my family for 43 years.
Is that
we
right?
had restaurants before Biggie's.
Okay.
And he's always been able to get the guys in there. And he's getting older now. And it's tough to get good, reliable people in there at night.
Is that something that you've noticed being an issue like more recently, or is that something
Ever since COVID.
Ever since
COVID, it's been the night has been tough. But we love the guys that we have in there, but we could use some more help.
Could use some more help?
Yeah.
There you go. Come work for Dave is what I say. Yeah. If you order zucchini sticks at a bar, your wife is pegging you on the reg with a 12-inch girthy strap-on. So, Mr. Siders, is that true?
Right down to the inches.
Yeah, I got it. It's like, let's see. I've never been to Biggie's. What would you recommend? You recommended the steak sandwich, the Davies.
Davies special, yeah.
And pizza.
But you
anything
can't
else?
go wrong. Our menu's massive.
Yeah,
it's
Wings,
huge.
good wing, great wings.
Great wings too. You're right.
Yeah, mustard sauce. Yeah,
you would think walking into the place that it's just like kind of like a pub food type place. But if you order
No,
a
sir, Doug.
steak,
No.
if you order a steak or anything, you're going to be like, what have I been doing? You know?
Really?
It's pretty good.
It's the best. Ladies and gentlemen, this is David Price. Biggie's, a sponsor of TMA. Great to have you in, David. And great to get the recommendations. There he is. That's David Price of Biggie's. Thanks for coming in, brother.
Timmy, I love you.
Good to see you. Love you.
Yeah.
Love that restaurant. Love the Price family, Doug. They're St. Louis royalty.
Well, I understand that.
Touche. Is what they are.
Touche to the McKernan family.
How about that, Doug?
Okay, that's enough.
Doug's going to break the gong. Doug's going to break the gong. Thanks. Good seeing you, David. It is Schaefer Door Company, 9 o'clock hour here on TMA. Doug, you used Schaefer Door Company, didn't you? Just last week.
Yes, last week or the week before that.
Schaefer Door Company is online at SCHAFERDOOR.com. It's Schaefer Door. That's Jason Gosrow and Schaefer Door Company. And Schaefer Door Company is online, like I said, at SchaeferDoor.com, or you can call or text 636-782-3608. It's going to get you the quickest response time. They service all kinds of garage doors for service and new installations. They have Monday morning standby service as well for those doors that break over the weekend, and they service commercial doors too. So if you run a business or warehouse with big, tall doors, Schaefer is experienced in these types of jobs. Go to SchaeferDoor.com or call or text 636-782-3608. That's 636-782-3608. Schaefer Door Company is a Clopay Master Authorized Dealer. Jackson, if I want to wager on Tiger Woods to win the Open, where am I going?
I'd suggest Circus Sports, Tim. The Circus Sports app is available right now in Illinois, so if you make the short drive across the river, if you live here in St. Louis, Missouri, you can download the Circus Sports app. Or if you already live in Illinois, download it today. You have the world's largest sports book right in the palm of your hand. But if you're heading out to Las Vegas, and I highly recommend going out to check out Circa in Vegas, Stadium Swim, Doug, like the coolest thing ever. Just a massive
You
pool.
swim and you bet at the same time.
That sounds like a good way to spend a day.
Oh, I'm telling you, for football season, massive pool with like a Jumbotron-sized screen with every game on there. It's awesome. So I highly recommend going out there. And if you're going out there before the football season begins, they got the two biggest pro football contest in Vegas. Circa Survivor and Circa Million. 2 ways to win, no rake. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. Then the Circa Million, you make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million. Quarterly and full season payouts as well. You enter in Las Vegas at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada, but you can play from anywhere through a proxy. Visit circasports.com for more details.
I'm still stuck on the fact that you can swim and bet at the same time.
How wonderful is that?
So it'd be possible to be playing Marco Polo.
Marco Polo.
And you jump out of the pool and say, give me $100 on the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say, I like Raiders -3.5, polo. Fish out of water.
Yeah. And someone is right there to take your bet.
That's right.
That's right. On your phone, or they have little kiosks all around the pool, and every game that is currently on across the world is up there. It's crazy.
That's the best.
But today, maybe worse than any other day of the year, there's not much.
Right, yeah.
Why do you hate Tiger Woods winning the Open?
But imagine like football season, because then they turn the pools into hot tubs there, and so it's like a massive hot tub party. Sometimes they'll bring like the actual tables games over there. You play a little
Into the hot tubs proper?
Yeah, you can play a little heads up hold'em or something.
Really? And you did all that while you were out there?
Yeah, me and Kurt, we were just hanging out. It was great.
Doug John Daly is DFL plus 11. Rory McIlroy is only 4 ahead of him. Rory shot a 78.
Okay.
How about that?
Well,
Tiger Woods 1 under par through 3 holes, and that's 2 back of your leader, Justin Thomas. Also at 2 under, Alex Noren, Nikolai Højgaard, Justin Rose, Russell Henley, and the bastard Sepp Straka. And Iggy's on your team, right?
He's on my team.
He's on your team, Doug. He's a bomber. The bomber.
Well, a gentleman did some research and sent me an email. Morning, Tim. I was PLTDing the show and getting a laugh out of Iggy's defense of the Sepp Straka bomber comment. He so quickly goes from maybe Straka uses 3-wood off the tee sometimes to I told you Straka doesn't drive it that often, but when he does, he's a bomber. Anyways, I was unable to get stats on clubs used for the season. But I do have the Masters app, and whilst taking a recreational, I pulled up Straka's 2024 Masters videos, and it appears he used driver on every single par 4 and 5 except for hole number 3, where he used an iron and a hybrid, although he may have used driver on 3 on Sunday. So yeah, not sure what information Iggy has on Straka's typical tee shots, but he pulled out the big stick on as much as 95% of the driving holes at Augusta this year.
Can you believe people waste their time doing this?
Well, what's your point? That's one tournament. Do you think they measure the distance for the year or one? Let's just use the Masters this year. It's one tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even know what clubs they use.
No, we don't.
So what was your point? I mean, there's better things you can do when you're taking a dump
Like what?
than looking up Sepp Straka.
Probably a blump getting a start.
Why don't you go look up the article I saw yesterday where his teaching coach said when he hits driver, he takes something off of it because he's such an accurate driver. He wants to put it in the fairway.
Teaching coach.
What was that?
Wow.
Jameson?
Teaching coach. I like that. I want to be your business card says teaching coach. I like that.
Wouldn't that be most of the players on the tour would be considered bombers? Most of them can hit the hell out of the ball and would back off a little if they wanted, if they had a tight fairway.
No, not Kevin Kisner. He's not a bomber.
I think by the average standards he would be.
Yeah, maybe against you, you might be able to drive.
I doubt it. Seriously doubt it.
He's made 3 cuts in his last 20 events, and he's
Yeah.
averaging like 270 off the tee.
So he still got me by 50 or 60 yards.
All right. My point was that he's a bomber of the golf ball.
You didn't have to say of the golf ball. We knew what you.
I mean,
what
the
he
dude's
was
like
bombing.
6'6". There aren't many 6'6" guys that are punching it out there.
Longleaf
He's 6'6".
He's up there, 6'5", something like that.
Damn. Should play hoop rock.
All right. And I did pull up one yesterday, too, that I think his longest drive on tour last year was 378 yards. So that's not a Punch and Judy guy. That's a bomber.
Yeah, bomber.
So let's put it to rest. Or maybe I'll just say he's not a bomber. Let's
Okay,
go.
all right. That's
I am
settled.
mistaken.
That's
He's
settled.
not a bomber. Let's
No.
just stop with it.
Okay, they won. They beat you down.
Yeah, they won. You guys won. He's not a bomber of the golf. He's a Punch and Judy guy.
He almost said of the golf ball again.
Tiger Woods is down to even par.
Okay.
So that ends that, I guess.
A lot of golf left.
What would you take? I'll give you right now. He's played, 4 holes?
That's right.
I'll say over and under. Over-under for Tiger is 74.
Today?
Today.
Honestly, how I would bet. Like if we were betting like an amount of money that mattered, I would have to know what the weather is doing right now. Because I saw my weather guy, Kevin Roth, Daily Fantasy Sports Guy. That's the guy I turn to for this stuff. And he said the best time to go out for Thursday's round was super early. And that was, when did they start playing? Central time, like 3-ish in the morning?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
So I guess that's 9 over there, right?
2:30, I think. Is there a 5-hour difference, I think?
Oh, is that okay? So, and then Tiger just went out there an hour ago. But he was saying the best time to go out there is either really, really early or the really, really late tee times. So if that's the case, then he would be in a favorable, because it's so weather-oriented there. And then there's that one hole, the postage stamp thing, where you can get just trapped. They call them the coffin bunkers.
Is that what they call them?
There's a coffin bunker.
Okay.
It's shaped like a coffin, and you just can't get out of it. I saw Rory this morning. He hit one shot, and it bounced back in, or rolled back in. He got it out, but then it rolled back in, so you can put up a big number. And it's a 118-yard hole. And guys are happy to take a bogey. Just get the hell out of there.
118 yards?
Yeah.
Isn't that like a half wedge for these guys?
It's probably, they call it, they're probably playing I don't even know, 58 degree, 56 degree sand wedge.
It's not a big green, so there's not a lot.
That's the issue.
There's not a
It's
lot.
postage stamp. It's like, is that 12 or 13 at Normandy?
I don't know the numbers, Tim.
That drivable par 4 at Normandy, but that's a little postage stamp green.
Yeah, there's not a lot of places you can put the flag in there. So you can get on the green and still roll back into the bunker. It's a very tough green.
Looks like we got some rain in the forecast for the weekend.
The rain we can deal with. The hawk can humble a man.
Light hawk on Saturday, but we got full moon Saturday night. I don't know if that changes anything.
Oh, Doug, does that factor in?
Why would that change?
Werewolves.
There's werewolves on the course proper?
Werewolves of London, right down the country.
Right.
Right down the country.
London's what, about a half hour away from?
Closer than
I
you
thought
think.
they were in
I think so.
Scotland.
They are. But, I mean...
London's nowhere close.
It's closer than
What if you're on a jet?
It's only a 4-hour
You
flight.
sound like an ass right now.
It's not. There's no way it's a 4-hour flight. It might be a 4-hour drive.
If you're a 20 handicap, nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to hear you breaking down golf shots. Some big tough, and he is losing his mind.
I didn't break it down. The guy sent in a link after he's taking a dump.
8-hour drive. So it'll be like here to Atlanta.
Yeah.
About that, yeah. Hour and a half flight.
Right. So if there's werewolves, you think they're not going to get there?
I can't figure that out.
You need to think about it.
And a full moon. I'm just
know
nervous.
what that meant.
I hit it 286 on number 18 at Gateway Monday, then hit it in the water. I love you guys. It's from Stephen Wildwood.
Yeah, you've never hit a ball 286 yards in your life.
That's a big hit.
Yeah, he's never hit a 286 since I don't think he's hit a 246 in his
Maybe
life.
huge wind behind you and you got it way up high.
The hawk coming out of the north.
Downhill, maybe.
Doesn't hit a 286.
The PGA website says Straka's 6'3". Took 2 seconds to look it up, but just make it up and then double down, rinse, repeat. Randy character.
I didn't make it up. I just took a guess.
Gosh.
I've never measured the guy. I've never gone and
How many guys have you measured?
I never look at his height and weight stats when I look it up. I said he's about 6'5". I was off by 2 inches. So
At first he was up to 6'6". He got as tall.
he's like 6'5", 6'6", something like that.
Yeah.
That's still tall. 6'3".
God, can you imagine if I were 6'3"?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, would it be fair?
Yeah.
No, the rest of us would shut it down.
Save some for the rest of us.
Yeah.
I think your life would be different if you were 6'3".
How?
Like from the get-go. Like your whole life, you're taller if you're a shorter person.
How would it change?
I don't know. That's
HD1.
the question.
Probably
I'm asking.
HD1.
Yeah. Maybe
HD1.
maybe you played a little basketball.
Yeah. Or you would have made the football team freshman year. And maybe, you get a ankle injury that hinders you. It could change your whole life.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be playing in the Fan Page Club Championship semifinals.
I don't know that making a freshman football team changes a whole lot of lives.
It's
Getting cut from one does, I can tell you.
Yeah, at the U-High it does.
Getting cut from one's a big wake-up call.
What was that night like when you went home, having been cut from a non-cut sport?
I got to be honest with you. I didn't really look at the playbook, so the one time that they had me out there to run a play, they had a choice, run left or right on a sweep. I chose right. The coach goes, okay, that's enough. I think he had made his decision.
Probably your first week of high school, right?
Oh, it's before it even started.
Right.
So they had you as a little jitterbugging
That's
scat
right.
back?
Darren Sproles.
I think when I played freshman, we didn't even have a playbook.
We didn't have books.
The quarterback just said, all right, you go out.
You're the stick, I'm the rock. Here we go.
You do a button hook, you go out the middle, and you block.
Mm-hmm. We had some scrolls left over from the ancient Greeks.
Morning, you guys play any clips over the phone into the mic today? Looking for a reason to throw my phone into Lake Ladue. Thanks. That's from Mr. Lixus, H&R Block tax consultant and financial advisor. Our in-laws play racquetball together. Huh.
Does Ladue have a lake?
No.
You just go ahead and throw it in a lake anyway.
I bet one of the golf courses probably has a lake.
A lake? I mean, maybe a small pond.
Yeah. Well, that's the line is blurred when a pond becomes a lake.
Right. Well, it's the same line where day holes become night holes.
Think about that.
Especially when there's a full moon.
Well, Belle Reve has a lot of lakes out there.
Is Belle Reve Ladue or Town and Country?
I'd say TNC.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you're right on that.
Yeah, it's off Ladue Road. It's considered Ladue.
Dub have some
Dub's in
ponds?
Ladue. I can't think of any much
Yeah, there's water.
Yeah, there's
on
water.
That
on the
par
back?
5. Is that 12, Doug?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a gettable par 5.
Okay, so Ladue does have a lake.
There's one in front of par 3 out there, too, where we would go diving for golf balls.
Sure the membership loves that.
Oh, God, they had to love that. Then there's water on, is that 16? Is it 16? You're right. It's 16, par 5.
Gosh,
Right on the left side, and got to clear that. Well, I'm playing 36 there today, so.
Okay.
I just know the par 3 that's over water.
Where you dove for golf balls?
Yeah, as kids. We go out there on Monday and dive for golf balls.
Oh, that's right. That's on the back, too. That's like,
you have snorkel?
that's right after the par 5.
No, it's kind of muddy down there. So you just kind of
they're
dive
known
down.
for having bad conditions.
I mean, it's only like 15 feet. You dive down there and you just feel around in the mud and you grab balls and we go up and throw them to my brother. He'd wash them out in the ball washer.
And then what'd you do with them?
Probably dined in the men's card room.
You'd take them back home and put them in a pile and we'd all take turns picking because there were some that were real pristine and some were dirty. So
dirty balls.
You take your chance and then you go out to the Mark Twain and hit them into the building.
Go out to Mark Twain?
Yeah, Sam Clemens.
The elementary school right there in Brentwood.
Oh.
They had a brick wall and they had the school there, but they had the windows were like those stained glass, really thick ones.
Mm-hmm. Block windows.
Yeah, we would just, from where they had the backstop for the
Try to break
for baseball.
them with
No, we
golf
just hit them
balls?
at the building. We knew we couldn't break anything.
All right.
So we just hit them at the building, then go get them.
Okay.
Guys, Uncle Leo's may have the best white sauce, but my white sauce is deep inside of Sweet Sweet Kai. Doug, that comes from one of our sponsors.
One of the sponsors sent that in?
Yeah, from the Illinois Recovery Center, as a matter of fact. That's,
Yeah, you need the mittens just to wipe your face off.
Recovering alcoholic in Belleville and Webster Groves, Illinois Recovery Center. Online at IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. Transform your story at Illinois Recovery Center. Illinois Recovery Center, the team believes in the strength of every individual's journey to recovery. Whether you're taking the first step or continuing your path, the IRC's dedicated team's here to support you. Why choose Illinois Recovery Center? Holistic healing approach, expert care and guidance, safe and welcoming environment, tailored programs for lasting recovery, and top-notch facility and accommodation. It's Illinois Recovery Center. Call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. The IRC believes the unwavering determination to thrive beyond the shadows of the past. It's the Illinois Recovery Center online at IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, online at carltoninsurance.net. He's my insurance agent, and I recommend he become yours as well. He's going to save you money, and then you're going to make the switch, and they're going to do all the paperwork for you. The number is 314-961-4800. And to know, like Doug was talking about with the auto insurance or automotive industry, you know you're in good hands when you're working with Jamie Burkhardt and Peter Munganast at Munganast St. Louis Acura and Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota. Same deal with insurance. Now I know it's taken care of, and I don't even think twice about it working with James Carlton. CarltonInsurance.net. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. Chapter 3, Weaponizing a Bowling Program to Destroy an Accredited University. When they asked me if I wanted to coach, me first question was, much you gon' pay me? As a greasy 43-year-old partially employed radio vagrant and role model for impressionable college kids, my credentials did done the talking for me. Yada yada, bowling 2 tournaments in 3 years, banging every creature behind the snack bar at Redbird Lanes, defecating over myself during frame 7, and subsequently clogging the toilets with my soiled outerwear and being flat out exhausted from the toll of having to manage a 17-minute commute. Before we get to Chapter 4, let me tell you about my friends over at Mississippi River Meals on Wheels Fish Company. As long as you have the ethics for some not-so-subtle plugs, they've got endless sea slugs. Thanks. That's from Three-Way Trade Deal, Riverfront McDonald's, Rozelle's, etc.
Three-way trade deal.
That's a nice tagline.
Pretty good.
Howdy, I'm a 48-year-old professional husband and internet hobbyist who took a break in the pickup with a thermos full of Hormel chili and a honey bun and stumbled upon your show.
Honey bun.
What is this? I'll be in the porta potty here in about 20 minutes before I can get back to work. You guys like collecting Coors banquet cans? Got a truck bed full of them. Anyways, come Friday, I'll cash my check at the local Kmart, buy a carton of Dural's and some Old Spice, and head to the Thirsty Beaver to play pool and arm wrestle with your underprivileged listeners. Like I said, I'm looking to become a full-time caller and contributor to your show. I know a little bit about meteorology, collecting trinkets that are on limited supply based on how many orders are sold, wrestling, law, and advocacy policies surrounding NAIA tournaments and minor league sporting events for St. Louis.
That's nice.
Figured you guys could use another lackluster contributor without much talent or humor. I'll be around if you want me. That's from Ernie Glumperskip.
Ernie Glumperskimp. He's new.
So we're bringing him on?
I don't see why not.
Well, we should give him a shot.
Well, guys, you inspire me every day, and I spent the 8 o'clock hour laser-focused on NCAA 25. In my simulation of the Dynasty mode, I was able to take advantage of the Campus IQ feature and successfully recruited a barefoot track star who also averaged 27 points a game in intramural basketball by showing up in a gaggle of Vespas rather than dump trucks. The NIL deal to land the superstar included a lifetime of free play after 2 p.m. on local public golf courses and a secondhand mattress outlet. This 97-pound lightning-quick wide receiver helped me get to the playoffs, but his high defiance rating and masturbation level plaid resulted in him refusing to take the field at the end of a game against UMass, and we lost. It's from Shooter McGavin, the vice president of figuring out if highways can still work out in sand.
Shooter McGavin.
Tagline was the only thing good in the email.
I watched some of the Open Championship today, and I want to share my thoughts. A, Mike Tirico deserves a raise because he's the best in the business. You should have seen the way he brought the broadcast to a screeching halt this morning so he could read a few of his personal DMs on air. B, I saw an ad for the Paris Olympics, and it turns out the opening ceremonies are on July 26th, the same day as TMA's 20th anniversary potluck orgy. It's been my lifelong dream to attend an all-you-can-eat group sex party with a bunch of hefty fellas so we can slurp coleslaw out of each other's sweaty crevices. But everyone knows I never miss the Olympics. As such, I've put a call into the IOC and asked them to push back their start date so as to not interfere with our food-filled gangbang. I'd hate to miss the 100-meter dash just because I was too busy exploring some dude's dirt knot. See, that fiery little pepper pot Justin Rose is only one stroke off the lead. Is this the year that a native son finally wins the Open? I'd like to get a peek at his claret jugs, if you know what I mean. Speaking of strokes, if I come up to Hubbard Studios today at 11:01, will Jackson please use his hand on me near the fountain? I'll supply the lube if that blonde, tall drink of water supplies the strokes. I said please. That's from the JV golf coach. And Doug, that's what we have. The Design Air Heating and Cooling email today.
Gosh, no Buck Swope, no Brian Henson. It's different.
Kevin Miller, nowhere to be found.
I'm going to go with three-way trade deal.
Is that, what's his name? Rozelle's?
Yes, it is.
I liked him. I'm going to go with Glumperstein.
Oh.
Is that who it was? Glumperstein?
Glumperskint.
Who?
Ernie Glumperskip.
I'll go Glumperskip.
Oh, God. Oh, man, I'm put to the test. I think I'm going three-way trade deal. Three-way trade deal is one. Congratulations. Jackson and I go down the hallway. We're going to talk about Jackson's breaking story that Dave Stewart sold his equity in the Blues to bring an NBA team to St. Louis. We're just going to listen to him moan the whole hour.
Yeah. Why don't you break that story?
Yeah, that's what we're got. That's what we're going to
got any
focus on. Balloon Party coming away in a matter of moments on 101 ESPN and the 101 ESPN YouTube channel. This has been TMA presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk